Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Omer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. We're here with Firefly again, and Firefly's team: Firefly, Locha, Himiko, Stell. As soon as I said Stell, she hit something. Of course, she misses her. Of course. This dungeon is very cool, and I feel like the dungeons so far in this game, or at least in Amphoreus, have been very traditionally JRPG. Which I don't think is nearly even a bad thing at all. Like, I love JRPGs, which means we're actually getting a kind of like a classic JRPG feel in a game that was already like a really great RPG in itself. Which I know, this is a Chinese RPG, but I think that JRPG has become more than just the country it's from. I feel like there's a lot of elements that have become a very big part of the genre itself. Let's continue on.
It's the same mechanism. We need to ignite the two braziers to unlock the way forward. Let's clear this trial together, miss.
And yeah, we're with Castrum as well. Castrum being a unbelievably interesting character to me. Unbelievably interesting character. Where is... Yeah, it's pretty huge. It's pretty huge, and he'll give us a hint to, I think, move the whole quest forward if needs be. But right now, I don't really feel the need to do that. Maybe at some point. I mean, I'm not denying that, it's a great thing, honestly. It's a really great thing. To allow people, or give people a chance to who don't want to do the actual stuff, or the actual puzzles themselves, to be able to do it. Man, that whispering. Terrifying. So that makes that appear. Over here, this makes... So I'm guessing this is where we want to put it. For now. Because it gives us a bridge across to a new area. I'm guessing. But I could be wrong. I'm really excited. I'm super, super excited to see what's going to happen more in Amphoreus. This so far has been, I think, easily the longest time we've ever spent in Act 1 of a, or even Chapter 1
I'll see you
of a story.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
In Honkai Star Rail.
I have something for you.
Just here's the thing. It's I don't think that's a problem whatsoever. I actually kind of like the slow burn, and I think a few of you guys agree to me as well. They're trying to make sure that you understand everything that's happening, because there's a lot of lore going on, a lot of story going on, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't even how do I say, you wouldn't even expect there to, you would expect it to be a lot of lore and a lot of background, because again, even in Pinnacle you had a lot of background and history, but it's crazy how dense the history is in Amphoreus, like in the first hour. It's crazy.
You won't get away.
Attack detected.
Still loving this team, by the way. I really like using this team.
Take your
Every victory is hard won.
So we have to, this is one of the bridges we have to light. Okay. There's some black tide over here that we can't get past. Maybe over here? I guess because the bridge is kind of undone. Or done, I should say. But this isn't the way, is it? Yes. At least we get to break stuff. At least that's satisfying. Maybe perform a miracle like this again. Oh yeah, because then we can get up here. Wait. So actually, maybe we want it there? Maybe?
The platform on the right is missing an iron ball.
Oh.
Do we have to summon a miracle for it to appear?
Oh. No, because the iron ball now appears over here, so we have this iron ball. Interestingly enough. That will activate that.
One more to go.
Which is fine for us. And then, oh, there's a puzzle over here. What are you weak to? 1 second. I don't think you're weak to anything I have, so I'm just gonna hit you.
Joining the battle.
Perhaps you still
I think the
don't
optimal thing to do, as people said, was
Humanity never
to
conceals its desire to control the heavens.
use
and I'm no exception.
Stell's ability first, and then use Firefly.
Let's
Which we can totally do.
Time for an overhaul.
But I'd wonder if like it'd be a good idea just in this battle to use Firefly. Yeah, I think so. I think like it's like in tougher battles definitely use that ability. Because we can definitely get rid of these guys rather quick, even without the enhancements that Stell gives us. You know what I mean? We can still do some good damage.
You won't get away.
You chose the wrong end.
Yeah. Just makes sense to go a little bit faster into that. I actually kind of like these puzzles quite a bit. Even though I have to get hints sometimes, it's quite fun still. So I'm guessing this goes here. Maybe around there. And then I'm guessing this goes here. Around there. Then I'm guessing this goes here, maybe? And then let's cover it all up. I lied, I'm terrible at these. Well, I never said I was good at them, but... So if we cover all this up, right? Starting off. And then we go into this and do... this, I guess? What? I was like, man, these are so fun. But I'm terrible at them. Yeah, I would like to use a hint, actually, just for the first one. I have no problem using hints. I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed. Oh, great. So I got this right. Like something like this, maybe? Because it activates the middle part. Oh god. Yeah, okay, I'm actually terrible at these. I blame society, honestly. I always said that one goes there. You guys remember me saying, I was like, that definitely goes there. Yeah, for sure. Now, if we can't figure out the placement of these two, I think we need to go home. Maybe here? And here. Yeah.
Impeccable precision.
We figured it out in the end. Just in the end, though. Oh, I'll unlock your chest here. Very cool. This place has such a great atmosphere as well, honestly. Really fantastic atmosphere. We'll take it. Whatever it is, we'll take it. I think it's like a relic of some kind. So we need to like activate this ball somehow. Let's see. Let's go up here first of all. See if there's anything up here we can do.
The platform on the right is missing an iron ball.
We can go down there as well.
Do we have to summon a miracle for it to appear?
To get a chest. This might just be a chest. It might just be a chest. Well, we'll see. Like, there's no harm, even if it's not the right way to go, at least we'll get a chest out of it, you know?
Like fireflies,
It's not gonna kill us.
burns to ashes! Firefly Type 4 in position. Fight to live!
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return!
You won't get away.
Yeah, the battles in this game are always really fun. It's one of those things where like it depends on like the day, I guess, because like if there's a day where I know like we're probably gonna be doing something like very long, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll do every single battle. And then sometimes I'm just like, hey, you don't feel like it sometimes, which I think is really cool about this game. It's like it's not about it's not generally about like doing a bunch of battles to get XP, which means it kind of alleviates some of the kind of like feeling that you have to fight all these enemies. But I feel like that's like both a good thing and like, you know, it's not a bad thing or a good thing, because for me it's like, okay, that's just what happens in this game. Whereas a game like say Dragon Quest, like I yearn to like battle enemies to level up. It's one of my favorite things in the game. So like while like in some games like this, it's kind of a nice feature that like you just battle to kind of get items and stuff like this as well, not XP.
I have something for you.
I'm also like a huge fan of the fact that in
Humanity never conceals its desire to
Dragon
control the
Quest or
heavens,
Final
and
Fantasy or
unleash
the Tales series, like you're basically doing stuff to level up your character as well.
Let's settle this.
I guess I just don't mind too much either way, if we're being honest. Here would have been a good idea to use Stell's ability first, right? This is one of those examples, 100%.
Let the show begin. I have something for you.
We can't blast, but it's okay.
Barely felt it.
I'll see you all.
Dreams do come true.
This seems just like, I don't know, I again, I think there's one of those situations where like, and I hate like ever like bad-mouthing Asta, don't tell her I said this. But it was literally just a situation where like I found her not as fun as Himiko. I just did. Okay. So there was only a chest that way, which is fine. We got a chest, but I feel like maybe we can go down this way, or maybe it's just a matter of like.
The platform on the right is missing an iron ball.
Yeah.
Do we have to summon a miracle for it to appear?
What we could do. Oh, there was one here too. There's one here too, of course. Activate. If we do this, that brings up that. So let's activate the miracle and see what we can do with this again. Because it makes the ball appear. Ah, I see. I see. Yep. I mean, this is one of those times where like I don't feel bad for like going on a bit of an exploring mission, because we got some stuff out of it as well. So it's not terrible. Not terrible whatsoever. I think like it's they do a good job of like giving you rewards in this game, so I never feel like bad that I explored a bit, you know? And that's a good RPG. I feel like a bad RPG would make it feel not worth it. Oh, we do have 2 wishes we can wish on the standard banner. I'm still saving up wishes for Robin. That's my wish. Regardless, she's top of the list, by the way. It's after we got Firefly, I feel like I have to wait for Robin now. I have to. Oh great, chorus. Well, I've always wanted chorus. You guys always remember me saying, I wish we had chorus. It's like my catchphrase almost. And loop, I never said I wanted loop, so don't know what this game is thinking. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Well, actually, a very simple way of doing this time. I feel like it was more simple than any other solution thus far.
That should have done it, right?
Right?
Let's recover the miracle from the tome, miss.
The way she said right worried the hell out of me. Did it work? Wait, no, because the ball disappeared. No, it's not. No, it doesn't disappear, because we can do this now. Very cool. Really great way of utilizing that mechanic. And then we can just go.
Let's wait and see.
Please stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love it. Like, and to me, like, JRPG dungeons are like just so relaxing in general. So like me going through this has been such like a fun time. Honestly, it's been such a fun time. And I want to say like relaxing,
Eternal sleep is not the end.
I'm like someone who thinks that there's like a perfect length to a dungeon all the time. One of the biggest faux pas I think you can do when it comes to like dungeon, when you're creating a dungeon,
Dreams do come true.
in my opinion,
I have
is
something for you. Just right. Let the show begin.
is not pacing your dungeons correctly. Like I think one of my least favorite things you can do in the game was, I'm not gonna say the RPGs or the RPG because again you guys know I don't want to spoil stuff. But like there was like a whole thing where like every dungeon was paced immaculately. Like everything felt like it was like coming one after the other, really well. They were growing in size like an equal amount.
This far?
Never underestimate those who step into this arena. They are skilled and courageous beyond measure.
Okay. Not gonna underestimate anyone's courage. Especially in a world like this, and how everything works in here. But yeah, and then like the last dungeon in the game, it went from being like, oh my god, this is so well paced and everything is. Crisis Leo?
You could well be Castrum.
Whoa.
Kremnos' salvation.
What do they mean by
Is
this?
that statue beckoning to us?
Oh god.
Brave one. Oh, brave one.
Oh, great voice.
Come closer. Let me get a good look at you.
To finish my thought before we go into all this stuff, basically what I was saying was that the last dungeon was like 20 times the size of the last dungeon, and that's not how you do a dungeon elevation to me. You have to pace your audience.
Are you calling out to me, Lion?
That's right. I am. You have an unusual aura about you. I have not seen such a blazing soul in a very long time.
So he sees something in him.
The blazing star of Castrum Kremnos has drifted far from us. All that remains is a dim candle on the verge of being extinct.
So that's the feeling we kind of got when we were going through here, is that the idea that Castrum Kremnos is... Oh, he means actually my day. Interesting. So was my day considered like the... Well, I guess I know he was the crown prince, but I guess was he considered like a beacon for a lot of the people? And when he left, it was kind of maybe the last thing. And then like spiritually, it's like all that's left is like a dim light. Interesting.
I think. You're
Very
right.
interesting.
The aging and feeble king is plotting something unspeakable. One that seeks to defile Nikador's divinity, their soul, and the legacy they left to Kremnos.
So that's I forget the name of the king, but that's my day's dad, right?
We need salvation. We need a champion to reignite our hope.
Man, like it's so interesting, like that when my day left, maybe he was considered the hope of this place. Maybe he was considered the future of this place. So when he left, it like changed a lot of people's maybe perception of this world, which does happen. Like it's, as we said last time, like it kind of reminds me of Aragorn leaving to get help at one point. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I know people are gonna say, Calvin, those movies are like 25 years old. I don't care. Someone hasn't seen them, but and a bunch of characters is like, man, like, why is he leaving? This is hopeless now, because there's like this. It's almost like symbolic. The guy who is our hope is leaving, makes it seem like we're done.
I did not come to save
You know?
anybody, Old Lion. I'm here to answer a call. To crush greed and foolishness once and for all.
Perhaps that's what we desperately need.
So we need to crush foolishness once for all. Or that's what he thinks he needs. This is such an interesting conversation.
Forge on then, warrior. Heed the call. I am out
This is my day's teacher, right?
and weary, but I shall watch you depart and pray for your victory in every battle encounter.
He really is praising the hell out of him, right? 100%. Such an interesting conversation. Yeah, because the thing is, like, I got that vibe from when people were talking about Mighty. There's some people who are, like, kind of, like, you know, dismissive of him, but, like, a lot of people seem to think that, like, when Mighty's gone, that's a symbol
Lord
that this
Nice,
place...
The calling you're heeding.
Comes from the depths of this city.
Okay.
We're close. So close, in fact, that I can hear the whispers in my ears.
Nias can feel this place calling to him. Something deeper in here, that's his calling. So interesting. I really would love to talk to my... Oh, wow. I really would love to talk to my day about all of this, honestly.
Such
Oh, God, look at that.
Whose desires does this festival truly serve?
Yeah, it is. There's just countless bodies.
A beast that has lost sight of its target and is now guided only by its innate
Yeah,
bloodlust.
Jesus Christ. It just doesn't seem like it's beneficial, like, to lose as many lives. You know? Especially since, like, this place is no longer the place it used to be. As, you know, we just heard it described like a dim candle.
Lord Nias, now that we're at the very heart of Castrum Kremnos, it's time to let you in on our goal here.
Okay.
While we do not expect you to work with us, we do not wish for conflict either.
Speak.
We came here to find a way to destroy Nikador. We received intel that the Titan of Strife had lost their reason and is now trying to create an immortal vessel for themselves.
So this is the... Yeah, we did come here to find a way to defeat Nikador. And I think that, like, Castors is very smart, I think, to, like, not reveal what our goal is, I guess, until, like, we heard Nias talk about it more. Because even Nias seems to, like, look down on this idea more and more. And the only reason I think that is from the phrasing here. A beast that has lost sight of its target is now guided by innate bloodlust.
If we do not stop them now, they will pose a grave danger to the future generations of Amphoreus.
Grave danger, you say. Our goals are not in conflict, girl. Find the Titan, and we can both get what we came for.
So he's saying that he wants to also find a way to defeat Nikador? What was the festival?
Better off forgotten.
Okay, so Nias seems to be, like, a little bit on board with this.
The souls of the sacrificed are still wandering this hall.
Man.
I hear their endless bemoaning. Their senseless deaths have left them wronged. Their mournful wails echo endlessly.
It's so horrible. It's so horrible.
Perhaps I can learn something from their cries.
Castros' powers are incredible. The stuff that's, like, you know, to do with death and things like this too. Like, look at this. And, like, they're not shying away from showing you how, like, we should activate this, shouldn't we? They're not shying away from how, like, absolutely horrible it is. It's not like they're pretending, you know. This is on the surface just really bad. So I guess, like, Nias seems to be... Wait a second, this is...
Reveal yourself, O warrior spirit. I know that you have yet to rest.
So sorry for interrupting Castros again. This is the area we were before. With My Day and Finon. Before we saw Nikador. So Nikador's through that door. Right? Or maybe there's one area after this?
I ask for you to guide us. Let us see what you once gazed upon. Let us hear what your ears once heard.
You can rouse the dead.
No. I can only summon souls that haven't fully passed on.
Such a cool power. Such an incredible power, isn't it? Like, this, and again, it's one of those things where, like, it makes sense now, because when I first saw Castros, I thought she was going to be a character that, like, didn't think of death as something serious. But as you go on, you realize, like, she carries the weight of death, like, heavier than any other person. She sees life as, because she sees death as such a heavy thing, she actually values life more than you even would think she would.
O ye who cannot rest in peace, tell us, what have you heard?
Do we really just leave them like that? The putrid stench of decay here is almost too much to bear.
Yes. Didn't you hear? This is part of the ritual. We need to offer up sacrifices to the Titan.
I always hate the idea, like every time I hear like people being sacrificed, ever in any part of history, I don't care if it's a part of culture or whatever, I always just like thought to myself, man, I know like people like, of course it sucks, Calvin, but like I always just think of it just like, man, like people were freaking awful. You know what I mean? And I guess like I know it is like faith is so strong. That's what it is. Faith is so strong sometimes that it literally leads you to doing stuff that's crazy. You know what I mean? The story, and it's not just like in like you know, any culture where there's multiple gods or something like that. Catholicism, Christianity has multiple stories of people being like, I will kill my loved ones if it means that I can worship God. It's so crazy how far people get into their faith, in my opinion. And here's the thing, it's okay to like be religious. I'm not religious, but it's okay to be religious. But like, it's also okay to say that like some parts of those aspects of those religions, like just make you go like, what the hell? Like, calm.
Keep the challengers coming and have them fight till the end. Only by letting Nikador revel in the chaos of war can we control their descent into madness.
Only by letting Nikador revel in the chaos can we control the descent into madness. This phrasing? Like, I'm trying to get, so it's only by so we control people's descent into madness by letting Nikador take their souls?
Fabricating a spurious war in an attempt to calm the Titan. Nikador has indeed lost their will.
So, this part here, is this saying the war with the Chrysosairs, first of all? And fabricating a spurious war, it sounds like you're saying like that Nikador basically kept fighting even after everything was like done, I guess, so that people could still give their souls to him, maybe?
This barbaric method of theirs clearly proved to be effective.
I mean, it made the sword really powerful, right?
The soul can reveal even more to us.
You okay, Castrum? I mean, it can't be easy,
What's
right?
wrong, girl?
Fighting souls takes a lot of energy. But I'm fine, Lord
Yeah,
Midas.
man, I imagine it would. That's what I'm getting from that. Maybe you guys can correct me, and please do. I get the idea of like the Crisis War, and maybe like even after that he still, or maybe he started a war to gain more souls. Because again, when people die, they get absorbed by the sword above us, right? So maybe that's the case. So the more people that die in this ritual.
Oh, restless soul.
Oh, Casterus.
Tell us, what have you heard?
How much longer is this festival going to last? What is King Euripon waiting for?
Be patient, for our plan is still underway. Stealing a Titan's soul is no easy endeavor.
So there's people trying to steal his soul right
are
now.
already working as fast as they can.
Priests captured from other city-states. Who can guarantee their loyalty? I say we punish one of them so they know to behave.
That's not a way to do any business at all. If you want loyalty, it can be done through fear, but it's just going to end up like the first chance that they get that's a good chance to leave or to usurp you, they will take it. You know? Loyalty through respect is always the best way of going about it.
Sealing a Titan's soul. Could it be the sword vessel in Lepos' ballad? The one that Cartonus crafted himself?
Is that the giant sword, the sword vessel? Because we know that he talked about Cartonus crafting a sword. But that's where they're going to seal the Titan soul?
Foolishness. Perhaps now you begin to understand the weight of that term.
Please. Why are they doing this?
Out of cowardice. They are afraid of losing their faith and guidance.
They're trying to preserve Nikador. Yes, they're trying to preserve him.
Nikador fights against the unseen. They have no time for the folly of mortals.
Oh, they want to preserve him so they can keep their way of life, I guess?
Lord Anais, you seem to know a lot about that Titan.
The whispers I'm hearing may very well be from Nikador himself.
They're beckoning to us from the other side. Continue to guide us through, O wandering soul.
So, oh, Castrum.
The next one. I need to last till
If you want to back out of this, please back out of this. We'd rather you be healthy in this case. It's again, it's very good writing that they write that it's also taking a lot out of her because it's a power that's actually astronomically incredible, right? But it comes at a cost, of course. Can I say as well that like my interpretation of what has happened so far? How do we do this again? Sorry. My interpretation of what has happened so far, oh, it's from above, right? Is that they're trying to seal Nikador away in this vessel in order to preserve Nikador and maybe utilize Nikador's powers and ability for themselves and not for the people that Nikador used to fight for. Because he said they're worried about losing their faith, right? And their guidance. They're worried about change, possibly. Which could be a case. Again, people are terrified of change in any way, shape, or form. I don't like change, but like on this grander scale of like, oh my god, you mean like if Nikador like changes completely, if Nikador goes down a path we can't follow, if Nikador is like doing something that is like against like his usual MO, like we'll lose like all what we have right now. We'll lose our religion. Again, I could be like misinterpreted that completely, so please 100% correct me if needs be. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. What a cool way to get the bridge. That's a really cool way of getting the bridge. It's sometimes hard to interpret absolutely everything, but like it's fun to do so. What am I doing here? We want them to activate the switch over here. So I think... Well, how do we do that? Usually those puzzles are very, like, simple for me, but I actually couldn't figure it out. Wait, we have to rewind it back to get up here? How do we get the chest then? Oh, because when we step on it, it will go back down? So if we go over here, it'll go back down. Very cool. Okay. Very cool. We can go back and get the chest. Can we? Where am I? Over here. Right? There's a chest over there as well. Let's just go back and get this one. And then we'll try to get the other chest as well. I mean, I'll take, like, it's 5 free stellar jades. I ain't gonna have an issue with that. At least we can hit the weakness on this guy.
Perhaps you still
This is still such a cool move.
its desire to control the heavens.
It's such a funny
I'm no
move.
exception.
It's only funny because like she's just sitting there having a cup of tea as she does it.
Let's settle this.
Like fireflies until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
You won't get away. Time for an open.
Yeah. I like this team. I really like this team. I really do. Let's go get more of this stuff now as well. Yeah, I hope like I'm deciphering what's happening here well enough. Sometimes, you know, like we do a good job and sometimes we don't, you know, get it fully, and that's gonna happen. It's not always gonna be a situation where we're gonna understand everything right away. You know?
Lost souls.
Oh, little Mem is just there in the back. Castrum is not doing well. Oh, gee, Castrum, you don't have to do this. Do you need a break?
I'm fine, miss. There's no need to worry.
There is a need to worry. If you're here coughing your guts up here, you know, coughing a lung up, I definitely am worried.
Lost souls. Tell us, what have you heard?
Have you heard? King Eurypon's advisors are coming up with a plan to launch an all-out attack on Akama.
Jesus Christ. So this seems like it definitely was a... Do you think it was an instilled plan from Eurypon rather than just like all Nikador's will?
With just a handful of soldiers we have, they're absolutely out of their minds.
That's the long-term plan. Our priority for now is still to complete the God King's project.
The God King's project?
So their plan to attack Akama was conceived that long ago?
Yeah, not even like a thing where like, that's what I'm saying, it looks like it wasn't Nikador's idea. Do you think that they used Nikador's power and the vessel as a way to be able to attack Akama? Whoever hatched the plan must have long since turned to ash. Yeah, that's the thing, it's so long ago. Like, this is how long ago they were conceiving this whole attack?
I knew it.
Lord Anias?
Nice, had an idea of this?
I've long suspected that you two are not from here. No, not just that. You're not from this era.
I mean, us saying whoever it was turned to ash is probably a dead giveaway.
Is it Oryx? No. They would not be capable of such power.
Yikes, cover's blown. Looks like we'll have to silence him for good.
Calm yourself, miss. I believe he has no ill intent toward us.
I still like that Cell went straight to like, let's beat this guy up.
Your guess is correct, Lord Nias. We are not from this era.
Yeah, and I think, you know, picking up on the stuff there, like of the way we're reacting to this world, we talk a lot about this in the past tense as well, is going to be something that, like, you know, and when you're in a high stressful situation, it's hard to hide that stuff, honestly.
Someday in the distant future, a mad Nikador will drive our companions and our homeland to the brink of destruction. The reason we came back here is to find a way to prevent Amphoreus from falling to its doom.
Yeah, we might as well explain all this stuff now because he's figured it out, right? I think in this situation, if you went, no, what are you talking about? He's just going to become even more suspicious.
Their madness will last for thousands of
Thousands.
years. The destruction created by human folly is more than anyone could imagine. It so happens that we have the same goal.
He's very, you can hear the anger in this voice actor's voice here right now and the frustration. But like the way he says this is like so true in a way. It's like this is going to keep going for thousands of years even after I'm long gone. Humans are that destructive. And here's the thing, it's one of those things where like, they're probably, like if you think back to like Greek culture in our world, there probably was somebody who like was a philosopher and doing philosophy and stuff, I guess, and even like was thinking to themselves and being like, man, we're getting so advanced lately. By the time like 2,000 years from now happens, all war is probably not even gonna be needed. Like, and you know for a fact people during World War II thought this too when the war was over. Like, you know, well, man, like that nothing like that ever was gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard nowadays. We know, I think, even more. I'm not saying people like them are so dumb, but I'm saying that it's some more of a situation where like we constantly see it over and over again. Like people will find a reason to fight and to die. Oh, Castrum
are still lingering here. Let us keep going.
Oh, Castrum, no, we can stop if we need to.
Don't push yourself.
Exactly.
We're almost at the end. I can sense it.
That's fine. But I would rather you be okay than anything else, honestly. Yeah, it seems that this is like a situation where like they used Nikador's vessel and this sword that was created in order to at least plan an attack on Okema. And I'm wondering if that, like, you know, it coupled with like Nikador's fall into the Black Tide and the madness and all this stuff as well. Do you think that was like kind of a way, like it was almost like a determined thing where no matter what he was going to do this? In a way, maybe. Maybe this is where it was. I think this is where it was. Yeah. Whoa, they hit each other. Ah, you hit each other. Oh, God. Our best bud in the whole world. Greatest Palo ever lived. It's actually like a really easy minigame. I also find these things to be kind of fun as well. Oh, I failed? That's a very rare fail for that game. I have to wait for them to all go all the way back up. I think it's just, I never truly understood what I was doing with this. I just do something that I've always been doing since the start, since we got this minigame, and somehow it's worked. So I don't really question it. You know? I just do it. It's worked every time. So I don't question it. Give me the freaking chest right now, Bartholos. Oh, that was close. I almost fell into lava snatched by Thantos' hand. Speaking of which, is lava governed by Thantos or Lady Fagosa? What were the people of Castrum Kremnos thinking when they built a city here? Even if they really enjoyed having their feet scorched, you'd think they would have at least added railings to their bridges. Why are so many questions? It never hurts to be curious. When you see a treasure chest, can you suppress that rising impulse to open it and see what's inside? Yeah, kind of. You don't look like someone from Castrum Kremnos. You could be a warrior. Could you be a warrior here to participate in the festival? I come from the future. You could have just remained silent if you didn't like answering instead of spouting rubbish. Even if I'm new around here, I'm not to be trifled with. Oh, God. I do like he's always doing this kind of like fist bump thing, or like the shadow boxing.
Attack! Receive divinity. Support. Receive. I'll see you off.
Yeah, he seems to just not be a fan of us sometimes.
Let's improvise.
Is it like different versions of him altogether? Is that what we're looking at here? Maybe. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, that's so kind.
Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Join the battle.
Yeah, this is usually the combo we have to do for this as well. Yeah, like this is such an interesting location as well because like, I feel like, you know,
I have something
going
for
through the
you.
past in any story can always be like a hit or a miss because you tend to have like a, you know,
Perhaps you still don't understand.
Humanity never conceals its desire
a lot
to
of
control the
whoa
heavens.
moments, if
and
that makes sense. Where it's like,
unrealistic.
whoa, this is different and this is crazy, this is different, and like that can be either like so fun or kind of be overdone. But I feel like what they've done here with, I hope you understand what I'm saying by whoa moments, it's kind of like moments where you're like, whoa, that's so different, right? But in this case, I kind of like that they've taken the angle that like, yes, things are different, but there's also like still the same kind of like hatred and still the same type of violence that exists in the world today.
Stay in step.
Present here, and you can see the seeds for everything in such like a very strong way, and I think that's a really cool way of looking at history. Like let's get this here.
Nothing more.
When you got some skills, for someone who talks tough. I may not be a match for you, but Tantalon will surely punish you. Talaton, you keep calling it Tantalon. Just saying, gotta get better with your speech and stuff. Brand online is better. Let's do this. Yeah, their take on the way they do in history I think is fantastic. It's literally just like, instead of doing, as I said, like again, there's nothing wrong with doing wow moments, but they have to work. You know what I mean? Back to the Future does like a lot of like, whoa, like that's so different, it's so crazy. You know what I mean? And that's really fun. But they also do something really well that this game does too, which is like you can see the seeds for what happens in the future in such a strong way. Oh, this is why my dad is this way. This is why Biff still bullies my dad. You know what I mean? All this stuff. I think it's so perfect in that way. What's happening here? What's happening here? And in this game, you see the seeds for future violence. Intentionally so. You see the seeds for future traumatic situations. Are they like creating soldiers? Yeah. This is how they're creating soldiers. Insane. That's how they're doing it.
Oh, restless soul.
Amphoreus. Please, why don't you take a break? Please.
I'm fine, miss.
You're clearly not okay.
Lost souls. Tell us, what have you heard?
Amphoreus, when you're asking this question with like a tone that sounds like you've just been, you know, thrown to the ground onto cold stone and you've walked a mile, you know, I'm sorry, the mile's not that bad. You've walked like, you know, 100 miles. It showcase. First of all, great voice acting performance, but it shows how hard this is for you.
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. Their divinity was split into 5 parts, but we're missing one fragment. Oh God, Kate, where did you lose your reason?
So, they're talking about about Nikador losing his reason? Courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice. These are all the things. Oh, these were the tenets, right, that they talked about. He still has all of these tenets that were split into 5 parts, but they're missing the reason. So there's still courage available, there's still honor available, there's still tenacity available, there's still sacrifice available, but there's no reason.
We will keep searching for it. We must find it.
Oh no, stop, Castrum, stop. Just stop.
I never knew ferrying souls stuck in limbo could bring this much pain.
She sounds so hurt and in pain. Like, it's so hard to hear. And again, I don't mean to say like, oh, please stop because it's hard on my ears. It's more just like, I don't want her to feel this way.
If only death didn't exist in this world. That way, they wouldn't have to linger here.
Oh, Castrum.
And I wouldn't have to suffer.
And again, it's one of those things where like she cares about life so much through the idea of death. You know what I mean? Because she knows that like it leads to not only her suffering, but then leads to souls lingering. That's why she saved the life of that dude earlier. Because she would rather someone who actually wants to live than like dying when they want to live. So difficult.
You don't have to listen to these spirits any longer. We've learned enough from them now. The people of Kremnos have tampered with Nikador's soul in some way. What we need to do is find the place of their blasphemous
Right, 100%. What we've learned is that there's somehow like separated 5 parts of his soul, but they lost the reason as part of it. The vessel was somehow used for this aim as well, to maybe contain and use Nikador and tamper with him. And they were the ones who really wanted to invade Okema at the time. And it was an order from King Europon. There's a lot of stuff here.
Stay strong.
Yes.
We have not reached the end yet.
Yeah, we don't need Castrum doing this again.
I'll be fine.
Castrum.
Give me a few moments.
Oh.
Let me send this lost soul into the gentle embrace of death.
Castrum.
The other side is beckoning to you. Go on, lost soul. Rest in peace. That will do.
And you can tell this is like a passion for her, right? And it has to be such a curse, right? To be able to not only hear people's, to be able to communicate with people and project people who died, but also have the knowledge. And because the thing is, like, right, if someone told you right now that they believe that souls are still wandering this earth, and let's say you believed it, you would be able to put it to the back of your mind eventually. You'd still have empathy for them, but you'd be able to be kind of like, you know, okay, there's nothing I can really do about it. But imagine, like, knowing full well that you can help in some way, but not only that, but knowing full well that you can see them in some way and listen to their pain and all this stuff. Castrum has to carry that on her shoulders. You know? It's one of those things where, like, we can all have empathy for what's happening here, 100%. But Castrum is, like, on the front lines of this. She's seeing all this firsthand. She's feeling all this firsthand. It's a part of her body. It's a part of her pain. It's insane what they've done here.
That you had to witness my earlier outburst.
That's an outburst?
I understand.
That's an
your
outburst?
pain, child. But you need to set it aside for now.
Castrum, that's an outburst? What is down this way? Oh, it seems like it's going to lead back to an area we've already been. It's like a shortcut, it seems. See, there's like an anchor here. Do you think it's a shortcut of some kind? Because, you know, we already activated this. We've been here before. Yeah, we've been here before. Yep. At least it seems to be. If that's an outburst from Castrum, I don't know, man. She seems like the type of character that, like, preemptively talks to her neighbors and says, hey, sorry that I'm gonna be like, you know, I like watching TV at like 2 a.m. so if you hear something, just don't hesitate to, like, you know, tell me to be quiet, you know? And then they're like, oh, this neighbor's gonna be really loud. And then at 2 a.m. they're like, I hear nothing. I hear nothing. You know what I mean? It's like that. If that's an outburst, like, I hate, you know, then you being slightly annoyed. I wonder what that is.
It's likely no one survived this far in the festival. Stay alert.
So we're further than anyone is gone as well.
That's a life of bug repeated for the sleepers over and over again, rolling that stone up the hill over and over again. There's nobody who can free me from this duty, but it's sure to be great if you could help me push the stone back.
No problem, bud. I think the idea of the pushing the stone proverb and story is like, I think it's dedication and a fruitless labor. Whoa. This is where we fought Nikador, right? Isn't it? I could be getting the places wrong. I just remember the circular platform. Look at the sword as well. And there's like a light. I think the sword is hanging above there, right? I could be wrong. What's your weakness? Oh.
The Titan's kin. Be careful.
Warrior.
That's me?
Entry forbidden.
Who says?
Has it lost its sanity? What a woeful creation. I shall put it out of its misery.
What if we just said the exact same thing back to it? What would it do? You know?
Woeful warrior, you're not allowed to be here.
And then just left.
Split soul. Indestructible body.
Indestructible body.
Target sighted. All units on alert.
So there's still like protective measures here as well, which makes sense if they're protecting like a vessel or protecting, you know, their plan. It makes sense that they would set up some sort of security here, or like have them instilled in these, like, you know, made soldiers that they would have to defend this place.
You won't get away.
I forgot to activate the thing, but it's okay. Our stealth ability, but it's fine.
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
You're supposed to wait for stealth ability. I just saw the ultimate and just did it.
Begin.
This crazy music as Stella's dancing is very funny. We'll still do some good damage though. And we're about to break him as well with like a bunch of turns coming in as well, so.
Dreams do come true.
I have something for you.
Great stuff.
You won't get away.
With a follow-up. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's. I think this team is good. I like this team. I like this team. I really do.
Is it dealt with?
No, I doubt it'll be that simple.
Even Nice is trying to catch his breath.
Split soul.
An experiment.
What do you mean, an experiment?
King Europon wanted to strip Nikador of their divinity and seal it within an intricate vessel for all eternity.
Right, and that is the sword that they created?
That's how he would immortalize Nikador's divine body. Of course, he had to test it out on a Titankin before going on to remold the Titan.
So do you think then a lot of the Titans were made, there was like mini vessels made for them, or they were made immortal themselves? That's freaking terrifying, man. How are you so sure about
The
it?
answer is very simple. Because the fragments of Nikador's soul are sealed in these statues. The calls that I've been hearing are coming.
So this is where the fragments are. So they tried it out on Titankin beforehand as well. This is such a beautiful place, but like now like it has such like a horrifying presence to it, doesn't it? Almost instantly when Nias says this stuff too. Man, like the people of Kremnos were clearly just like drunk on the idea of a god's power. 110%. Like, and obviously worry about losing that power, but like I don't give a freaking damn if they lost that power. This stuff is like freaking insane. Trying to destroy a whole city for yourself as well?
As long as we reassemble their soul and unite their divine core, they will recover their dignity as a Titan. You will then have a chance to triumph over them in battle.
So we have to because the reason why they're immortalized is because they're fragmented and they were made they were immortalized in that way when they like separated their fragments. Sorry if I'm sounding so confused, but I feel like it's okay to go over it again. Yeah, because they're sealed in these statues, so if we combine them all again, then he won't be immortalized in the way that they made him immortalized. So then we can actually beat him in battle.
Indestructible body.
Man, they're gonna fight forever. Is that a face on his sword?
We finally found the root of everything.
Oh, Nice is ready again.
I'll find a way to stall it. To Titankin that have lost all reason, death is as intoxicating as nectar is to bees.
Whoa. What a way to put it as well. Like they're following death. Does that mean they'd follow Castrum?
Please, you must find a way to make Nikador's soul whole again. It is only by fixing this point in history that we can salvage the future of Amphoreus.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's also interesting he used the word, we can tap into the power of the time again. He used the word dignity, because it is very, like, it lacks dignity. Because I think, you know, letting a Titan's power fade away or be destroyed in battle or in just, like, not old age, but you don't mean fading away, is actually more dignified than, like, separating his vessel into, like, 5 different parts and immortalizing him in that way to use him for your own gain. And especially with Nikador, he would have much preferred to have just been killed. You know what I mean? Outright. In battle, 100%. Ready to travel through time, Gladiator?
Let's see what you can do, Delver of Memories.
He's Gladiator, I'm Delver of Memories. Whoa! Castrum! So, like, it's almost like she has him entranced here?
Stay here, warrior. Do not leave your goddess of death.
What?
The enticing scent of blood here is meant for you. And only you.
So this Titankin who was immortalized wants desperately to die. And it's so interesting that this is a massive theme. And this is what I'm getting from, like, he's enticed by death. Or maybe it's enticed by killing people too. It could be either or. No, sweet death.
Sweet
It could be both. Because it's so interesting that this has been a theme in Honkai Star Rail since the beginning, which is like, you know, with Blade, for example, is another example. This idea of like wanting death. Blade is happy every time he dies for a second, you know? Yeah. And also Blade feels peace every time he dies, and he's woken back up. It's so crazy. Castus is such a beautiful character. She really is. The voice. It's so imposing. So is this modern times?
This dark and derelict place. Is this the future of Kremnos?
And I love the way he says this too, because Kremnos. Wait, so maybe this is even further than like we are. Maybe no, I don't think we've been in this room because I don't remember these statues as much. Maybe I could be misremembering, but it's interesting he says it that way. You know what I mean? This dark and derelict place, because again, Kremnos was this beacon of like heroism and like glory. So to see it like crumble like this.
History has taken a wrong turn and must be set on the right course once more. Much time has passed, yet the Titan's soul remains fragmented. That covetous king and his servants would have turned to dust by now. Their scheme that once unfolded here has likewise been buried with them.
So the Titan soul is still fragmented, but it's basically like since Europon and all the people that organized this are dead now, their scheme went with them, but their scheme remained. It's almost like I know this is a bad analogy, but it's almost like activating a Yu-Gi-Oh card that puts an effect on the field that stays there in some way, even when it's destroyed. Right? They're dead, but their actions are still felt in this world today.
You and I are both here to bring an end to this absurdity. So join me, comrade. Let us bring death onto that Titan.
100%. So willing to do this. Castus is gone from here too, obviously, because she wasn't part of the thing when we touched this. But yeah, it is so interesting seeing the difference in these locations. From glory and honor to a crumbling mass, honestly. Got shocked by how pretty Locha was there for a second. It's really impressive the way they do it, honestly. He was jealous, cunning, and foolishly stubborn. Having missed his last chance, the nightmares of Thanatos enveloped him and drove him into his sanity. For this day, he saw two suns in the sky. Only the mortal gods can seek what is eternal. Those are always like interesting, those like kind of like proverbs and riddles, all the dead bodies again as well.
The sounds of battle. That's
from the time dimension very close to ours. Whoa, so we can hear. So this might be the place we can hear Maide fighting against Nikador. That's insane.
So, there are mortals who fight against fate, even in this hopelessly bleak era.
Wait, does that mean Maide...
I'm impressed.
Does that mean Maide is like very old? If this was like a time well into the past. Maybe?
But strength alone will not help them destroy an immortal body. That's why you and that girl went back in time seeking answers.
Yep, and that's, I think it's, again, Nyes is so cool at phrasing all this stuff. You know, talking about how impressive it is the mortals are still fighting fate, but also he understands that it's not just mortals, you need more than that.
Courage. Honor.
Oh, it's so cool.
Tenacity.
The tenacity one just broken in half.
Sacrifice. Reason.
And reason just isn't there.
There are only 4 soul-forged statues here. If they did split Nikador's divinity into 5 parts, there is still one fragment of the soul that is missing.
Reason. Let's just start with these first.
Agreed. Come, help me piece together Strife's divinity.
This is going to be so interesting. So, it's actually mechanic. Nikador's soul has been severed into 4 parts by the Kremnoans, and is sealed into 4 statues in the soul forging zone. Insert the giant sword into these statues and hands in the base to release one of the fragments of Nikador's divinity. Use the hands of Zagreus to grab the charging device and place it at the foot of the statue. Then use the Ornyx prayer to rewind space-time, letting the giant sword of the statue hand return to a complete state. And activate the statues. Statues that are broken can be completed by shining light miracle orbs. After all 4 statues in night space-time are activated, you can break the shackles of Nikador's divinity and advance the story. Sure thing. And I love that you can just like get guys' help again, which again, like it's not, again, it's such a good mechanic. It's such a good idea. Because why not, you know? Why not, I say? Because again, it's like I want to do a lot of these puzzles myself. I'm not the best at them, but I want to do a lot of these puzzles myself.
I can hear.
Oh?
I hear it. A part of Nikador's divinity is sealed within
It's such an interesting concept, even though it's like absolutely disgusting and horrible what they did. It's such an interesting concept at the base level, right? For sure. Such an interesting concept. Let's get this. So here we have to like rewind time and put the sword in. Wow. And you can see like the ichor then moving towards the center of the door. And that's what they see as courage.
Even against the formless black tide from beyond the dense fog, they alone have raised their sword and faced the enemy.
I mean, a lot of people would see courage like that, right? The idea that even if things are hard, you keep moving forward.
Nikador's courage. Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body.
So that's one of them then. It's really cool what they're doing with this, and it lets us like sit in like with each tenant, right? With each idea.
Voices are starting to pour in. Here lies another fragment of Nikador's divinity.
You know what I mean? Like doing each individually, and it lets us like, you know, remember the tenants and really sit in the idea of what the tenants meant, which is a really cool idea. Oh, we need to do the hand, I guess. Yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect. No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. I'm a hand. Hey, Stell, need a hand? Stell, did you hear me? I said need a hand. Coin of whimsy. Hey, Mom. Derek got 12 coins of whimsy last time I went to town. Derek is not you. You are your own person. If Derek jumped off a bridge, would you do it? If there's a coin of whimsy off the bridge, I would. Why did my son have to become addicted to coins of whimsy? Why couldn't he become addicted to, like, cigarettes or something? at least then it'd be manageable. Mom, I totally saw a coin of whimsy in your purse. You saw a coin of whimsy in my purse? I did, I saw it. And I stole it. That wasn't a coin of whimsy, it was probably like a 10-cent coin. You become so addicted to coins of whimsy that you saw a 10-cent coin and thought it was a coin of whimsy. Mom, I have something to tell you. Tell me, what is it? It's very bad. What is it? You know you can tell me anything. It's been 10 years since you ever thought about a coin of whimsy. So I know that it's not about coins of whimsy now. Mom, what is it? I married a coin of whimsy. Get the hell out of my... You can, I always say you can unsubscribe now if you guys want. But then every time I say that, people always say the same thing. You know, it's actually probably one of the reasons I'm here. Fair enough. So, where is the last coin of whimsy? I can't see it. I blame, the kid I was pretending to be there for a second. That's fun. I feel like it has to be lower down, right? Right? We'll try to go lower down, I guess. Maybe it's like right down before the lava. Maybe, I don't know. Coin of Whimsy. Letting us down. So, we did that one. Oh, we forgot to do this one. Can we do it from here? We cannot. I just moved on after I did the thing. It's okay. We got this. Yeah, not that bad. It's a very like simple but fun mechanic, right? Just use a hand to pick up things. Makes you feel like you're magic for a second. No, that's not what I want to do. But I did it, so I can't say nothing. And we just have to activate this. Because he needed a place to actually insert the sword.
We shall hereby seal the God King's honor with
His honor.
a testament that they have never plunged their divine lance into an enemy's back.
Such an interesting way of like, you know, because I think that people would question that idea of honor as well, right?
Even when enemies close in from all sides, they have never conceded to evil schemes, fiercely guarding the warriors.
And if you think of it, the Okema scheme is like the biggest evil scheme, right? It's such an evil scheme.
Nikador's honor, break free from
Nice
your
is-
shackles and return to your divine
Geez,
body.
Nice's voice actor is performing his heart out. Yeah, like I think it is kind of like interesting that we have like you could probably see like Europon is the opposite of all these tenets, right? But I also think the idea of like honor being like don't attack someone when their back is turned. I totally get it, but at the same time too, I think it's also a situation from my perspective where I think there's a lack of honor in like say fighting even head on if it's like say like. Anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, if you're fighting against people constantly and you're trying to just constantly battle and kill people and you start a war with people, even if you're fighting them head on, it's still a lack of honor. I'm not saying that's what, like, Nikador did, but you know what I mean? Because Nikador was a protector, so it's different. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I always fight with honor. It's like, dude, you ran into this, like, town where there was a bunch of soldiers here and decided that you were going to, like, kill a bunch of people. Yes, but I didn't stab them in the back.
Listening. Go on. Tell me your tale.
It failed? Oh, the body's incomplete, so we need to like, oh, very cool. It's kind of like, when I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying this was Nikador, because again, Nikador by all accounts seems to be someone who people respected greatly and used to protect people. My thought is more to the idea of like, how do I say it? Like, like when someone's like on a night out and they're trying to beat someone up or something, they're trying to fight with someone. So it's tenacity now.
A testament that their will is unyielding in the fight against the calamity of unknown origin.
An unyielding fight against the Black Tide.
No matter how powerful the Black Tide may be, enough to corrupt the wills of other gods, they stand tall and upright in defiance of the turbulent fog. Even to
And that's again, it goes against the idea. Nikador his tenacity is about fighting against the Black Fog, but here it's like what Okema was doing and what what Kremnos was doing and what Europon was doing was using the Black Tide.
Nikador's tenacity.
Jesus, Nias.
Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body.
I love seeing like the actual Ikador, the color of gold going there as well. But yeah, like to finish my thought there before we go into thoughts about that as well. It's like, yeah, it's like someone on a night out trying to fight someone, and then like when they run away, they're like, oh, what a coward. It's like, no, you chose to fight, idiot. What are you talking about? Yeah, like I love them showing all the different tenets here, like the idea of like tenacity being exactly what is against what like is happening now with Kremnos and the attack on Okema, and it's the opposite of Europon. This is also the opposite of Europon. Every single tenet so far has been the opposite of what Europon did. No wonder My Day left. No wonder My Day probably killed him as well. Let's be honest here. I don't, how do we get down there? is there a way from here? Or can we just do it from here? No, because there's a thing there as well. Do we have to use the hand? But usually we'd see a hand, right? Unless there's a way to move the orb over the bridge. Because you can usually move the orbs, right? Yep. Perfect. She says I'm perfect.
Divinity exists within this statue. Tell me everything that happened
It's so funny that, like, I only know that song from the memes. You know what I mean? Not the memes of people going crazy. There's like a song called Kiss a Kitty by like an artist named Shu. And like all I've heard is like people being like, she wrote a song about kissing a kitty. You know, oh my god. And then like you hear all the time, she says I'm perfect, which is a great line. It's such a great line. Luna fans who are watching this, shout out. Shu fans who are watching this, shout out. Where are we going from here? Oh, we're like into the, yeah, we're in the future now, I guess. Is it here in the future? Because it doesn't seem to be, right? Maybe we have to like do this in the past? Wait, is Castrum here? This is where we are. Okay, actually it is here. Sorry. I just follow ourselves. Disengage. Just like that. And then we can perform a miracle like this. Wait. Do we have to activate... Does it have to be in this time? Or can it transcend time? Let's see if it can transcend time. It can transcend time, okay. That works for me. I ain't complaining. Really cool visual, isn't it? Oh, do we have to like switch between? And then activate it again? Really cool.
We shall hereby seal the God King's sacrifice within this soul temple, a testament that their final words before sinking into dormancy were a vow to defend the world against
Again, it's the opposite of Europon. It's the complete opposite.
They use their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of madness. They are acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to come.
I mean, that's true. You know what I mean? And I always thought that as like a kid when like, you know, when people would be like, we're going to destroy the whole world. It's like, what? Would you not just want to like take over the world? You know what I mean? Like as a villain? But in this case, it's so true. It's like, what is there left to fight for? What is there left to you know, to have honor for, to conquer? If there's nothing left, if the Black Tide takes over, but Europon had no problem using the Black Tide to attack Okama.
Nikador's sacrifice.
Oh my god, this voice actor.
Break free from your shackles and return to your divine body.
And it's the last one that we have because we don't have the reason, right? Is that it? Where could the missing fragment be?
We're now left with the final missing fragment of divinity.
It's so well written that like reason is the last one, right? Because it feels like if it's intentional that they got rid of his reason, that's like a way to like take over somebody, right? If you get rid of the reason and their understanding.
I believe I know where it is.
Because if someone lacks reason and understanding, you can manipulate them a little bit better as well, it feels like. In my opinion. It's really well written the way they've done this tenant stuff. It's fantastic.
Lord Nias, are we almost there?
Castrum, are you doing okay?
Yes. There is just one last thing to do. No one knows when the Black Tide first appeared beyond the distant horizon. But when it slowly encroached upon Amphoreus's borders, Nikador was the first Titan to venture forth.
That's the thing, these tenants, it's like, it's, and again, it's so well written. It's such a great writing idea to have like a Titan that like ventured forth to push back against the Black Tide first. And then have this whole situation happen with Nikador where it feels like he's going against every ideal that he's ever had. It's confusing, it's painful for people that used to love him. But then you find out that there was like a big scheme from Europon and people within Kremnos to like use Nikador's vessel almost like forever as a way to like utilize the Black Tide and also fight against Sokema, like use his power and continue to have his power forever. It like legitimately is like such a well-written story, because I think it's one of those situations where like, obviously I'm not saying that like, you know, Nikador is like a perfect being or any Titan's a perfect being, but I think it's a great story because you're sitting there going like, man, he betrayed all of his ideals, everything he ever had, everything he ever wanted, everything like he stood for, and we even said it ourselves. And then you're like, oh, it was a big bout of like, I would say like, you know, manipulation and scheming going on. And a lot of selfishness. Like, every single ideal that Europon has is the complete opposite of what Nikador stood for.
During the battle against the Black Tide,
because yeah, he still lost, and he lost his reason here.
In their pride, the Titan could obliterate an entire archipelago with a single slash. Yet they could not sever the root of this corruption.
It's crazy because, like, yeah, he's the first to fight against the Black Tide and probably the first to be corrupted by it then. This is probably where he lost his reason then. This is probably where he lost it. Because, again, as I want to make it clear, Nikador still became, like, an unreasonable and, like, you know, a Titan that, like, that people documented no longer stood for the things he stood for either. But obviously I'm talking about the Europon scheming as well.
They battled the Black Tide by sheer will alone, but ultimately succumbed to it. Before their divinity could be completely corrupted, they removed.
So Nikador removed his reason himself?
Could it be?
Like he removed it himself?
The fragment of divinity that they stripped away. The fragment they wanted to preserve the most was reason.
Because that's the thing as well, that makes perfect sense. Because I thought it was like that the Europon was trying to take it away from him. But like that's such a cool like thing that like and it's such an honorable thing in the face of the Black Tide to be like, I don't want to lose my reason. It's the one thing I don't want to lose and I don't want to be corrupted. So to take it out of himself so that it can't be corrupted is an insane detail. And a thought process of, again, of like, because your reason is like a lot of stuff, guys. It's like, it's your ideals of right and wrong. It's to think about decisions properly. If that gets corrupted, it's over. So he wanted that to be uncorrupted?
The Titan believed that their reason would someday respond to their calling, to return to their body, and fulfill their sacred mission.
Dear Lord, this hopeful feeling as well, it's going to come back to me, you know? All these dead bodies. All these versions. What? What? Oh! Oh my god! He's Nikador's reason. He is Nikador's reason. That's what was calling to him. He was literally being called back to Nikador. Oh my freaking god.
All of these.
But how does that make sense that all these are him? I guess they do all have like the same outfit, right?
They represent countless failed endeavors.
What?
With your help, I can finally put an end.
So every single time he tried to, the reason tried to return to Nikador, but it kept failing until Stell and Castor showed up. Oh my god. That's fantastic. It's insane, but it's like, because he felt a calling. He felt something calling him to this area. And this whole time it was because Nikador believed that, and he was right. His reason would eventually try to find its way back to him, but it failed every single time.
Lord Nias, what do you intend to do?
Insane stuff.
Courage, honor, tenacity, and sacrifice. They are all versions of me. Hearing the murmurs of these soul fragments has led me to a conclusion. Nikador's soul is corrupted beyond the point of salvation.
What can we do then? So he believes there's no help, there's no changing this.
There is only one option.
Is it just to destroy him?
The seal that binds their divinity is already broken. As long as we complete the soul forging here, Nikador will be whole once more.
Okay.
You will go into battle with a titan nearly at the zenith of their powers. And when that happens, the glory of slaying a god will also be presented.
Is that the core flame as well? This is such a great reveal. It's so great because, again, it makes sense, and it's also one of those things where you can look back and be like, oh my god, that does make perfect sense. The idea of like him hearing a calling, the idea of him like so desperately saying we have the same goal in mind. A part of Nikador, a fragment of Nikador, wants us to destroy Nikador because he's beyond saving. It's so well done.
What about you, Lord Nias?
I will return to where I came from and become a part of Nikador's divinity once more. In all likelihood, I will also be consumed by corruption.
Dear Lord.
An inevitable course of action if we hope to end this madness.
Like, it really is like a, like, to me, this represents the original idea of Nikador fully. The idea of understanding that you have to face this head on. Again, it's so difficult to even accept that you have to, like, be corrupted. But again, you know what I mean? This feels like Nikador more than anything we've heard from the people of Kremnos since we've gotten here into the past. It really does.
You are willing to sacrifice yourself
It's
for
one
a
of the
future
tenets.
you won't get to witness.
It's one of the tenets. It like represents Nikador fully.
This is my purpose. My origin. I am no mortal, and I do not fear death. Even so, will you still weep for me?
Asking them, like, will you still cry? Will you still worry about me? Will you still think about me?
All farewells in this world are sorrowful.
Oh, Castrum. And of course, Castrum feels this way. As we said, Castrum sees, like, and I used to think she saw death as, like, being nothing. She sees death as something huge. It's massive in her life. A goodbye is the ending of someone's existence.
Well, we haven't known each other for long. I have learned much from you. In return, I'll teach you a lesson of mine before
Can I
go.
say as well how impressive it is how when I started this quest off, I genuinely thought Nias was gonna like die or something. What I thought was gonna happen is Nias just seemed like some character that was just like a means to an ends for the story to get us in there as a third, into this thing. And then I thought that like maybe halfway through this thing he was gonna like die to show us how dangerous this whole situation is. I genuinely thought that. I thought he was a nothing character, but like he was a side character that was gonna die for the sake of like showing us how dangerous this trial is. He ended up being like one of the most important characters in this whole story.
Do not detest your talent, and do not abhor death. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent, because all things eventually fade to dust.
Journeys and epics are only glorious. I think what he's getting at here is like the idea that a life is only beautiful because we know it's going to end. And because if we knew life was going to last in an infinite amount of time, like a lot of us legitimately, if we were mortal and we, could move on, like I think you would kind of think to yourself, well, I don't have a lot of urgency here. So, what I might do is like, lie on the couch for every day for a while, which is nothing wrong with lying on the couch. That's what you want to do it. Like, I love just sitting on the couch and watching like Kyle Bosman stream, you know what I mean? Like, so I love it. But well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's countless stories as well about like the idea of like immortality being something that like, I mean, that's the basis of Frieren, right? That's not even a spoiler. That's like the first episode is like the idea of that story is someone, you know, learning to like appreciate their longer life more than they did before. You know what I mean? And appreciate every moment in their longer life. But I totally agree with the idea that like life is special because eventually we know it's going to end. You know? Sorry for going off on a tangent here, but like Lord of the Rings, for example, is another thing where it's like one of my favorite stories of all time. And watching the third movie as a kid was so amazing to me. And I was so young at the time, but like, obviously I think back and now I didn't think of this at the time, but like, I think that feeling I had as a kid was like, you know, when I was nearly crying to the whole movie, and I was thinking it was so incredible. Yes, it's because it's an incredible movie, but it's also because I know this trilogy is ending now, you know? And there is that feeling of like, it's over. But it's, the ending almost makes the time we had more beautiful because, again, if Lord of the Rings became like a 10-part series, and I'd lasted until I became like a teenager or something, would I be as into it? You know what I mean? Everything having like a shelf life or an ending means the time with it is like so precious. Castrum. And I think it's important for Castrum too to understand, like, you know, that to not, even though this hurts her and it's something that is on her mind all the time, to not like, you know, hate death the way she might do.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Yeah.
What an irony.
Honestly, like, I'm nearly, just for some reason, I'm like nearly crying. Not like bawling, but it's, you know, like when you have the feeling in your throat, because I think it's such a magnificent way of doing this. The dynamic between Nice and these characters has been so beautiful, and it's only gotten more beautiful. And here we have like this, you know, someone who seems to understand Castrum almost instantly.
Civilizations only grow under strife. Humans instinctively loathe suffering. Yet suffering is the only thing that teaches them to stand unyielding and tall.
It's interesting because like I feel like everyone has like thoughts on this as well, because I've always said in the past that like suffering is only something that like should never happen to anybody. But I know people also feel this way. But I don't think it's just suffering. It's also like, you know, and it doesn't happen for everybody. If someone's mean to you 10 times, you kind of learn how to like ignore them. But in some cases it can affect you, right? The only reason I always like push back is because I think that like with suffering, a lot of times with suffering, it can, you know, what's the line from Bring Me the Horizon? What doesn't kill you leaves you broken instead, you know? We can't put this off any longer. Just a beautiful scene here. Absolutely beautiful, great reveal. If this is meant to be, then I will fight you. I will do as you wish. Is a much better line.
She knows what it truly means to go to battle.
Oh, wow.
Perhaps she can be your inspiration.
Whoa. I mean, that's just because I feel like Stell has seen so many things in this world already. You know, we fought against Fantilia. We've, you know, saved Sunday and Robin and all the people at Penacony. We fought an evil, you know, tyrant, you know, back in Cacolia. Like, we've seen a lot in this world. And even though, like, obviously Castrum has seen a lot of suffering as well, of course she has, but I feel like it's one of those things where Stella is like, you know, this call to action. She knows how this thing can end up if it doesn't, you know, get dealt with.
If you die by my lance, then there's no need to reflect on what I said. But if you should send me to my grave, promise me that you will use my core flame to fuel a roaring blaze and continue the fight against the Black Tide.
This is so amazing. It's so amazing. If you lose, you never were supposed to do this. This is basically what he's saying. But if I die, please use my flame. Use it for something. Fight against the Black Tide. Do what Nikador wanted to do originally, why he set forth to fight against the Black Tide.
On behalf of all the Chrysos heirs, I promise.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I am Nikador.
Oh my god.
Fury, the messenger of turmoil, and the embodiment of strife.
This voice again, I think the voice actor is so freaking good.
Remember this. I
That's such an insane way to phrase it. Oh my god. Oh my god, like a lightning bolt hitting him. Stella. Dalong! Oh my freaking god. Wait, we can see them.
What?
We can literally see them. Are we transferring into... Oh my god, he's pushing back against his own vessel. My day.
Best me.
Best me. What a freaking cutscene. What the hell? Oh my god. What? Oh, look at this.
This is Nikador's true form. It's incredible.
Did we just transfer?
Well done on that. I was prepared.
Oh, he's so tired.
Till the end of time.
I thought it was glitched out for a second. Guys, did we just transfer from the past into the present in one fell swoop? Because that was such an amazing way to do it. Dan Hong swooping in with the blade, and then us like slowly transferring into real time in the real world, into present time as Nias pushed back against Nikador and asked him to fight us. He reconnected with, I should say, with Nikador, and now we can defeat him. My day, Finon and Dan Hong were fighting this whole time. Did you see them?
Awaiting orders.
Oh my freaking god. Oh my freaking god. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is so incredible. This music as well. It's so freaking epic. This freaking track. Like, they know how to make this epic. They know how to make this something so impressive. Something terrifying. So freaking cool.
Executing attack.
It's so freaking cool. That was such a great cutscene. I'm still not over it in any way, shape, or form. I don't think I ever will be. It was so cool. What is he doing? Is he taking our power? Oh my god. Would using the HP of Conquer or be conquered restores corresponding characters maximum. What? So we lost half our HP because of this? We got this. We got this. We can do this. We can do this.
Receive divinity.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We can do this. I reduce some of the power.
Is not the end. The dead will return.
This is such an epic fight.
That which is seized must be repaid.
At least we can get back something for them.
Dreams do come true.
And go for this as well so we can use Firefly's ability.
Just right. Let the show begin.
This music as Stella's dancing. Man, it's making my heart pound so much, this music.
The battle.
Like fireflies, I will fight for myself.
Let's make everyone weak to this. Can we make everyone weak to this?
Burns to ashes! I shall set the sea ablaze!
Okay.
Time for
There's some good stuff happening here as well. Let's use our ability first.
We still don't understand.
Don't give him a chance. She's so cool. She's so cool.
Control the heavens,
She's incredible.
and I'm no exception.
And we can do a blast as well. Hopefully this will get rid of some of them. We probably should have focused on the ones on the other side, but... Next round, we got them. Oh, we've been taking back our health this entire time. That's a really cool touch.
They've got a lot of nerve.
Live to fight! Fight to live!
Great stuff. I mean, it's gonna be harder because obviously we're not like fully... Are you? Like we don't have like a full like team that has like, if we had like Ice as well, we'd be doing great. I think if we had Jing Liu and like Kafka, the Kafka team would be incredible actually for this. I think. Yeah. The Kafka team would be insane.
Destruction shall be your
Oh my god, Mighty. You've overcome immortality. Your reward?
One at a time.
Destruction. What's he doing now? Jesus freaking Christ. Did we lose our abilities again? Apart from Firefly, I guess. Wait, what?
Ah, come on now, I just did it. I just did it. Calm down now, your game, will ya? Game, will you calm down? I just did it there now 2 seconds ago. I just did that.
Allow me to see you off.
Sure. You know what? I genuinely think the dead should return.
Abyss flower, bloom. Support.
Like, you guys agree with me. Like, we always say, like, you know, the dead should return.
Will return.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a point in doing this because he's just going to go back and do this again.
Be repaid.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
I'm going to go for it.
Prime detonate.
Close? No, almost. You okay, Himiko? Himiko's in real trouble now.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Just as epic, like, chanting music as Stell dances on them. Honestly, based.
Like fireflies to a flame, I will fight for myself until everything burns to ash.
She's so cool. We love Firefly.
Series of precise machinations.
Let's get rid of some of these little ones. Give Watch even more health, and then do this. Actually, we should have done this afterwards, yeah, when he's weak to fire, but it's okay.
Humanity never
She's so
conceals
cool.
its desire
She's
to
so
control the
cool.
heavens. And I'm no exception.
Lovely stuff. What's he doing now? This is exactly what you want with a fight with a Titan. The music, the setting, the moveset. But dude, I just got rid of these guys. I might just keep them on the field, maybe. At this stage.
Lord Nihus, your nightmare will be over
Oh,
soon.
Casterus again. I'm thinking about of Nihus as well. You know what I mean? It might be just a good idea to just keep these on the field and keep going.
Dreams do come true.
Firefly, type 4.
And just try to get as much damage on the middle guys as much as possible. At least try to break them.
I shall set the seas ablaze.
This is such an epic move. So cool.
Let's improvise.
Every time Firefly goes back into her normal form, I get a little bit upset. Even though, like, I'm not talking about like Firefly out of the suit. I mean in terms of mechanics. But we can get back there, 100%.
Executing attack. Receive.
Thank you so much, Locha.
Divinity.
We really need Locha this time around. You know what I mean? We definitely need Locha this time around.
The dead will return.
Oh, the dead will return, guys. Hear that? Bet you didn't think that was gonna happen.
That which is seized must be repaid.
Yeah, let's keep going. Hey, Miko, come on, you can do it. Let's wake up.
Nothing major.
Brace yourselves. This strike can obliterate worlds.
What? 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 He sent the sword after us? What? What am I supposed to do with that?
Get away.
That's why you destroy the different enemies. That's why you destroy them. Nicole. That's why you have to destroy them. Oh my god. It's okay though. We got this. We got this.
Perhaps you still
Imgo's
don't
got this.
understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Someone's like, Calvin, that's what it's supposed to be like. That's what it's supposed to be like. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's a battle. I played JRPGs before. It's okay, guys. You will die sometimes. It's okay. I think sometimes people think I haven't played JRPGs before. We're gonna die eventually. We're gonna die sometimes. Normal mode, please. We could change our team, but...
This is Nikador's true form. It's incredible. Well done on them.
Target sighted. All units on alert.
Now, here's the thing. If it is a case... the reason I'm saying we could change our team at some point, I have no problem changing the team if we die this time and it seems very inefficient. But here's the thing. It's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. You're gonna die in battle sometimes. It's gonna happen. It's happened to me several times in our other RPGs, you know? I did it wrong already. I did it wrong. It's okay though. We'll deal. Basically, we need to have our full health about us. That's what needs to happen.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
Because if you pick a different team, like if you had Jing Liu on the team, I feel like you could do it. Kafka could definitely do an amazing job of this too.
Dreams do come true.
Because they're all weak to her moves, right? Yeah, if I die again, I can change teams. I have no problem doing that. It's no problem whatsoever. If you retreat, though, does it just take you back to the start of the cutscene or the start of the dungeon? This is my favorite move he does.
Firefly, type 4, in position. I shall set the seas ablaze!
Receive divinity.
Great teamwork.
We gotta just try our best to just take down these guys first of all.
Is not the end. The dead
if we can.
Will return.
I looked. I was like, why would I even aim for the middle guy, or for the other guys?
That which is seized.
Well, what's the point?
Repaid.
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's improvise.
And now we know.
The mood is
and now we're aware.
Let the show
Get as much health as possible. So who is the lowest? Who needs the most? I guess nobody right now. Strategically, it might be good to keep like people, but like he's not gonna do his big move yet. But we're gonna do one attack anyway. So let's go for like have Firefly work on the middle point.
Time for a detailed overhaul.
Get rid of one of them. It's such a cool moveset. I think this team is more than capable of doing this, by the way. Lovely stuff.
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy.
Keep going after him individually, I guess.
Dreams do come true.
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
I might just go for a regular attack here just so we can get some skill points here with the pizza cutter.
Perhaps
and do something like this.
Don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
This move is so sick too. I know it like blocks off our attacks, but like it's legitimately such a cool idea for a move. I only got one of them this time. It's so crazy how like he spams it. You know what I mean? No matter what we do, he's gonna spam that move.
The mood is set just. Let the show begin.
Yeah, let's keep going. Just like attacking these enemies, I guess. Then we can do this too. The dead can return.
Abyss flower, bloom.
Support received.
Eternal sleep is not the dead will return. That which is seized must be repaid.
And we can get this as well. Who needs a big... Well, I think we're gonna need the health boost. honestly. But we might give it to Lotchus just so we can... I guess we can give it to Stell as well. Honestly, let's just go for either or.
Since you've overcome the curse of immortality, destruction shall be your reward.
Honestly, my day saying destruction will be your reward as, like, Firefly does that move is pretty sick. It's pretty sick.
Come one, come all.
This is more than a battle. Live to fight! Fight to live!
Live to fight, fight to live. Very much a philosophy, isn't it? Just like now, we're back to where we were before. But now we have to worry about... Oh god, follow-up attack. Now we have to worry about keeping our health up and attacking those guys. It's going to be really difficult. Because we don't have anything that can break them down either, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily the fault of ourselves here, but we want to keep as much health as possible. And you can't revive in battles either, as well, you know? Which is unfortunate.
Your nightmare will be over soon.
Maybe a singular attack here?
Allow me to see you off.
I'm just trying my best here before he does this big attack.
Of precise machinations.
Yeah, just trying to get rid of someone here.
Firefly, type 4, in position.
If you do a blast, we definitely should do a blast here. Get as much damage as possible before he gets into stuff here as well. Because again, we want to have health for this, right? We want to have some health for this. Maybe even shields would be good for it too if we had a shielder. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Yeah, trying to get as much damage in as possible here. I think a bounce wouldn't be terrible for this. Yeah.
Dreams do come true.
People have more health than they had before? Oh god.
Joining the battle.
Let's help out Stell here. I'm really worried he's just gonna go for it though. Super worried he's just gonna go for it.
Time for a detailed overhaul.
Okay, there's some good damage here. Okay, not yet. Not yet. Is he gonna do the same thing? Jesus Christ, man. Wait, what?
Brace yourselves.
No. Do we have enough health? There's no way we have enough health. Stell did not have enough health.
Slower, blue.
Much obliged.
Stell did not have enough health. That's crazy.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead
I mean,
will
it seems like, you know, again, this is like a battle with a titan. For it to be easy would be very, like, crazy, right? For sure.
Be repaid. Sam in position. Prime detonate.
We gotta watch our health here as well. Because one attack in Firefly is like gonzo, right? I mean, if he does that move again, we're donezo. Like, it's over.
Joining the battle.
It's genuinely over. At least we're gaining back health as well. Poor Stell, though.
I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! Live to fight! Fight to live!
We're down to half health, but he could just do that move again. He didn't do it this time, which is fine. We'll take that.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Yeah, we could do, if he is nice, we could do this. Okay. I mean, if he's being a nice boy, wait. Okay, fear. Okay. Let's just go for it. If he can break him, this is gonna be so good for us. Finon's frustration, do you hear it in his voice? So powerful.
Receive
divinity.
I thought he was going to bring back stealth for a second. I was like, oh, wow.
Eternal
You know, the fact there's no revives is a very hardcore element to this
will
RPG for sure. Nice stuff.
Combat is a series of precise machinations. One at a time.
Yeah, break him. Break him as quick as possible. What? Come on, what? No way. It's gonna be cutscene for him? Oh my freaking god. Look at them! And they all just jumped into action. Aglaya? Wait. It's still attacked? Now? What? Jerky? With this music as well? What the hell are we witnessing? This music is so beautiful. Did it just block the attack? Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Did they just block it? Look at this
No longer
cutscene.
must one wield a sword. From here on, the world shall no longer know.
Wow. They freaking did it. Look at this, and it's just fading away like almost like particles into the night. Holy hell.
It's finally over.
My heart is pounding. Did you see that cutscene with that music? The music was really beautiful. And Treeby laughing as they did it as well. It seems they were prepared there with Aglaya as well, because I thought it was going to do it anyway. I thought it was done. But they fought so valiantly. And they were able to overcome this. And I love just like Finon looking over this Titan of Strife as it fades away. Maide seeing it as well. All these characters seeing it as well. Because even we've been affected by it as well. There's something so beautiful about that.
Nikador's core flame.
Let's go, Finon.
Time passes quickly. It's been a long time since the last Titan.
Since the first time this has happened in a while.
Now that the Lance of Fury is no more, we Chrysos heirs are one step closer to the Genesis, as foretold in the prophecy.
Just seeing this sword right now as they're saying this was and here's the thing, I don't care that like the word became overused when I was like much younger, but it's a word that needs to be used for this. Epic. It was epic. Incredible stuff.
The silence here is stifling. The city feels so unfamiliar now that it's Titan.
So it's quiet. It feels like there's nothing here anymore, because I feel like maybe the last thing that was making this like Kremnos was probably the fact that the Titan still existed, right? And look at Maide and, you know, Finon standing together, the sun and the moon.
You've exchanged thousands of blows with them. Your ears are probably just not used to this peace and quiet.
I mean, true. He's been fighting for so long. He literally was on the front line even before Finon and Dan Heng came along.
What's next?
This is a true person of Christ, of Kremnos. Looking forward, not shaking in front of fear. What's next, you know?
I have an agreement with the Titan. The Chrysos heirs will take away their core flame and use it to start a bright blaze that'll illuminate.
So that's what a core flame looks like? It's purple. I was always gonna be like, it's something different.
You spoke with
We had a big conversation with part of them. They're protecting the world from something. There was something out there that sent him into madness. The Black Tide. Yeah. That's how they descended to madness.
What did they say? Please.
Oh, Maide.
I need to know.
And especially since like this is so important to Maide. This was a culture that he believed in so much that he didn't want to leave, but he had to. It was gone. It was corrupted. Like he's one who truly believes in the idea of the tenets, right?
Not now, Lord Mighty. I'll tell you everything once we return to Akana.
Sure.
Aglaya mentioned that someone must touch the core flame and absorb it
You?
to become its temporary receptacle. Mighty.
He's gonna give it to you. There's no way. Oh.
This honor is yours. Isn't it something you've been longing for?
That's the softest I've ever heard Maide talk in my life. We've been playing Amphoreus now, I'd say, for more than 10 hours, and that's the softest I've ever heard him speak.
But you're more deserving of it.
Oh, God.
You sustained all these new wounds from fighting them.
I'd say, oh, God, because, like, you know, they'd go back and forth like this, you know? You're prettier, you know? Like, there's genuine respect amongst these two. And I feel like if they could go in a loop in this if they don't stop it, you know?
If you have any idea how exhausting it is to fight a protracted battle, you should know that pointless arguments are the last thing I want to get into now.
He's like, bro, I'm so tired. Just take the core flame. That's fantastic.
A little back and forth wouldn't hurt much. Coming to a decision so easily makes it seem like this is not at all a life-changing undertaking.
That's the thing.
You know?
He's like, it's almost like fine. Again, I think they're both very different personalities. Finon kind of like wants the whole kind of like, but you should take it and all this stuff, you know, and like the kind of very emotional aspect of this. But Maide's like, bro, this isn't an epic tale. Please just take it. I'm tired. I'm so exhausted. This is like, you know what this is like? You know what, like, you've been on a long trip and someone's trying to choose their food for like the midpoint of the trip and it's already been so long. And they're like, you know, oh, I don't know what to get here. I don't know what I should get. What do you want? I don't, just anything. Please. I love the relationship so much. They respect each other so much.
Come with me then, Core Flame. The vortex of Genesis is awaiting your return.
What an incredible, incredible quest. What an incredible battle. What an incredible cutscene.
Are you alright, Finan?
I don't think I felt anything at all.
Interesting. Because I thought it would be a whole, like, big, transformation, I guess? Honestly? Like a big, like, painful, like, beast of a, you know, like, you know, when you see, like, a metamorphosis in a movie where it's, like, almost like a pain or something.
Or rather, it felt a lot easier than I expected. I had assumed that bearing the core flame would take a lot more.
That's what you think.
out
You
of
think it'd be, I could picture, like, you know, like a big scream, you know, like, and because that's what would happen, right? In most
any
movies
case,
and TV shows and games.
Return to Akama and share news of our victory with the two demigods.
Sure. Mem, are you okay? Let's not forget Mem helped out the most here. Without Mem, this isn't possible. Pat the belly of Mem. You come with us, right? Oh, she's talking to Castrum. Oh, Nias. I'll always remember Nias.
Although he was but a part of Nikador, he was nevertheless a hero in his
He
own
represented
right.
the good parts of Nikador. Before the corruption, right? The reason.
Go with the rest, miss. I will catch up with you later. I would like to talk to Lord Nias again. One last time. Lord Nias.
So beautiful. Look at this. It's gorgeous.
Lord Nikador.
Her value on life is something that is so admirable and beautiful.
I know that your only wish right now is to rest in peace. But you are the only one with answers to my deepest doubts. So, forgive me for disturbing you. Please tell me, do you know where Thanatos is?
Whoa, what a question.
I must find them. The half of me that I've been deprived of since birth. I must take it back from them.
And you hear like the desperation in her voice as well. Is it whispering back to her?
I see. So even the Strife Titan has never seen death in the flesh.
So it's something that even the Strife Titan hasn't seen yet.
I will continue this arduous journey, even if I must travel to every corner of Amphoreus. I understand.
It takes a lot of courage to do this, by the way.
The Chrysos heirs will fulfill the promise we made and see your unfinished work to its end.
Whoa, promising Nikador.
Such a peaceful end is not befitting of you, the bringer of strife into this world. But it's a good thing it's just me here. No one else can see what you look like in the final moments of your life.
That's a very beautiful thing to say as well, because I think, again, Nikador's vision of probably a good death would have been on the battlefield, right? So Castrum being like, actually, you know, it's a good thing that like no one else can see this because this is unbecoming of you. This is not what you would have wanted. It's a very peaceful fading away.
Poets will still describe you as an embodiment of madness and corruption. The god of war who incinerated all of their glory. Yet, at this moment, I am willing to send you into the gentle embrace of death, to a sweet land full of blossoming flowers.
This is beautiful again, and I feel like it again calls upon the idea where it's like, yes, Nikador descended into madness. Yes, this whole thing changed his whole personality and everything. Yes, he was trying to like, you know, he's corrupted. But I think this is more of an embodiment of the idea of how Castrum sees death and how Castrum sees life. She wants people to have a gentle death, not because she thinks death is amazing, but because she thinks it's so sad. And it's the least that she feels that she can do to ease the passing of people.
Farewell.
It's really beautiful.
Titan.
It's really beautiful. This is a gorgeous image. Absolutely stunning. What a game. What a game. What a moment. She says she was looking for a part of death as well, so it's us.
We completed the mission,
Oh,
Treby.
Fido's voice.
No broken limbs or severe injuries. Just a fiery core flame.
Huge. Absolutely huge, right? It's a massive undertaking.
I can feel the core flame's warmth. Well done,
Yeah,
Finan.
it's such a massive undertaking.
It has been far too long since Amphoreus last saw the birth of a demigod. Having you take Nikador's place will surely invigorate the spirits of those in the holy city.
And that's going to be huge as well, right? This idea that it hasn't happened in so long. It would give hope and it would also give credence to the prophecy, right? And the idea that Aglaia has. Because it's much easier to show, to convince people if you have results.
I want to be honest about this. I believe Mighty is the better candidate. He was once the crown prince of Kremnos, after all, and much of his lifetime was spent fighting alongside Nikador. He is more worthy of the title of Strife than I am.
Right, and look at the softness of his face, right? This is why he's the hero of the story, right? This is why he's like supposed to be the hero of the story. I do think that it makes sense that the person who take the Titan's core flame will be Maide, right? 100%. But I also think that Maide will benefit from moving on from that aspect and embodying the tenets of Nikador as a human rather than as a demigod in that way, you know, rather than being like a replacement god or a replacement titan. Because he said that he wanted that from the start, right? He said that he wanted to defeat Nikador as a human because he, I still think, believed in the power of the people of Kremnos, even at the base level of their humanity, not just like people who are gods or more powerful or a crown prince.
You have thought much about this, sweet child. But there is one thing you overlooked.
She's like, you're both incredibly hot. It's not fair.
The qualities you've mentioned are very likely the reasons my Demos refused this core flame. I do not doubt his strength and talents. In fact, he must have imagined himself becoming a god 1,000 times over. But he turned it down.
Beautiful.
Because he does not want to lead his people down the same
So
path
beautiful.
again.
He doesn't want that. He doesn't want the same path of corruption.
So I will ask you once more. Have you made up your mind, Finan of Ides Elysiae?
Beautiful place, Ides Elysiae. I think this adds a lot to Maide's character, because while I still stand by that, I think that he has a passion for Kremnos on every level, the humanity level, and I think for me it was all almost like, oh, he wanted to defeat him as a human because he wanted to to show that like the humans were also powerful in Kremnos. But what Aglaea's saying is also really, really beautiful too, which is like, actually it's also like he didn't want to be corrupted. He didn't want to lead people in Kremnos or lead anyone from Kremnos down the path of corruption again, which I think is a very stunning and beautiful thing to do as well, and it's very admirable. Very admirable.
I am
the
ready.
Deep breath as well.
I will shoulder the burden of divinity alongside the both of you. I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices.
Very good.
This day has finally come,
Oh my
Snowy.
god.
You've been wanting this all along.
It's huge because they've been building this up since the start of Amphoreus as well.
If the prophecy hadn't found me back then, I would still be roaming the world aimlessly. Right now, though, I live for the sole purpose of dedicating myself to the mission of the Christ.
And there's no doubt in anyone's mind about that. No doubt.
I never once
Yeah,
doubted
there's no one who's doubting you whatsoever. Really beautiful moment here, because again, getting the admiration of Aglaea and Treeby is awesome too, but also reaffirming, what he's felt all this time, taking a deep breath and accepting this, right?
This time tomorrow, the Chrysos heirs will gather at the Vortex of Genesis to surrender the core flame that once belonged to Nikador, the Lance of Fury. Remember, this is unlike the unchanging rites our priests perform. No one knows the true cost a mortal must pay to accept Strife's divine authority.
So it's gonna be a bumpy road.
Your road ahead is still full of
Anything could still
uncertainty.
happen. Because he was like, oh, everything's okay when I accepted it, but there's still a lot ahead.
Use this time to properly rest.
Of course.
I understand. Until tomorrow, then.
It's so peaceful.
Yeah.
As if nothing even
Yeah,
happened.
it's really like they did a good job protecting the city. I feel like they did such a good job protecting the city before they even knew something was happening. And I think honestly what Aglaea was saying is true. Like, protect them before they even can panic. But that scene there was really, really beautiful, just because I feel like that deep breath was everything to me. That deep breath of like, whew, that Finan did, was him kind of like accepting his role, but also like finding the strength to agree with everyone's opinion of himself and who he is and how he's gonna be able to move forward with this as well. That this is something he's always wanted, that he shouldn't shy away from it just because he believes someone else is a good candidate. And also he can sleep well knowing that Maide doesn't want this as well. But I think it's really sweet that he thinks of Maide, because again, Maide is very connected to this. But I think it's a beautiful thing for both of them, where like Finan gets to have this and move forward with this core flame, but Maide also gets to move forward without it. And both their stories are intertwined in a way, and they're intertwined with the core flame, but on different levels. One doesn't want it or need it. The other person has desired it and is a great candidate for it as well, and Finan too. It's really, really good scene as well. We're protected by two demigods after all, 100%.
The people of Amphoreus must have extraordinary spirits to be able to enjoy their lives, even in such troubled times.
Yeah, I suppose.
They have Aglaea and Treeby to thank for that. It is because of their protection that the citizens are able to enjoy peace.
I feel like Finan would find a way to compliment anyone. Not that they shouldn't be complimented, they did an amazing thing, but like he's so great to have around. He's so not upbeat, but like uplifting.
Where did
Of course you're thinking of Maide, aren't you? Where'd he go? Where'd that big hunk of handsome go?
He was exhausted.
Oh,
so
Maide.
He already went back.
I think that's a great. Again, I keep talking about the writing, how good it is. Instead of having Maide be like, whatever, I'm still tough. they showed the exhaustion of the battle. Even someone like him who fought for so long had to rest. He had to.
Our victory might not have been possible without your help. I'm sure you've heard enough words of gratitude, but it's only right that I...
We're getting cut off here?
Right. It would be the first time I thanked you, so thank you for your help.
Miss Mem?
Miss Mem?
Look at the hands on the hips as well. It's very Paimon coded, isn't it? What's next for us?
Aglaya will gather us at the Vortex of Genesis this time tomorrow, where we'll perform a ritual to surrender the core.
Fantastic.
She only mentioned the Chrysos heirs, but if I invite you to, I'm sure she'll welcome.
Please make sure. I always hate when people do this. When they're like, hey, do you want to come to this party? It's like, am I invited? It's like, yeah, just arrive, you know, just come. And it was always okay in the end, but you know, you always have that fear that someone's going to be like, I didn't, like, Calvin, I have no problem with you, but I didn't invite you, you know, and what's, you know, you don't want to be rude either, you know? So please just make sure. Give us a written invitation.
Is there anything we should know about this ritual?
From what Aglaya said, no one can predict what's going to happen, because each Titan's divine authority is unique. That's why I hope both of you can be there tomorrow. It'll bolster my confidence.
Oh. I love these, like, hey, I want to have you around because, like, I'm nervous, which is very sweet. And again, it's very grounding of a character that is so heroic and so, you know, epic in form and all this stuff as well, and in story. To have those moments where it's like, hey, like, I also need to be, and we saw that there with Aglaya, he needs to be reassured sometimes. While he is this epic hero, his flaw is self-doubt sometimes, and, you know, not believing in himself sometimes as well. And we can be there for 100%. We charge a fee for appearances. We got your back. He's a cute laugh.
Then. The night's all yours, but get some rest before tomorrow's ritual. I should also take this time to sort out my thoughts. I'll see you soon, my friend.
You and Dan Hong watch fine and leave the bath.
Did you pick up on that? He seems troubled.
Yeah, he's nervous for sure.
I guess it's understandable, seeing how he's about to experience something extraordinary.
100%.
The Titans may only be local gods of Amphoreus, but a mortal ascending to something else altogether sounds like a lot to take in.
Of course it is, yeah. We've a lot to think about too. Our time, time we consider ourselves too. I love the Cell saying this as well. While I, like, you know, like in this moment, it can seem very weird to be like, well, we have to think about this also. We also have a goal in mind. We can't just stay here forever. We have to figure out what's going to happen next. And also, like, you know, maybe getting in contact with the people on the Astral Express would be great. All this stuff. But we do have a lot to think about 100%. But yeah, as Donung said, on the base level, this is already something that's terrifying. It's crazy.
You're right. So much happened in so short a time that we haven't had the time to consider our own predicament.
100%.
Our cars scrap. We've lost contact with the crew, and everything beyond the sky is taboo here.
I'm gonna lose my login streak.
It's a pity we can't send March a message so she can help you finish your dailies.
I love that Dao Hong just accepts it, right? Because again, it's like, I think this is beautiful, right? And I know it's just one line. I love him not diminishing Stell's feelings on stuff. Because I always hate that. Like, you know when someone's like... I played Last Defense Academy, and one of the things that would happen sometimes is that I would eventually... every once in a while, I get a comment of someone being like, it's so crazy that they're in, like, this crazy, like, you know, war. And they're all the time, like, talking about... how do I say it? They're always talking about, like, going home and, like, watching a movie, or going home and, like, eating grilled cheese. And it's like, man, I would never shame anyone for, like, wanting to enjoy the simple things in life, like your daily logins, you know what I mean?
Once Finance Ascension ritual is over, we should start working out these problems of ours.
They can't stay here forever, of course.
For now, though, let's just head back to the bath chamber to rest and gather ourselves.
And Lodge disappears here as well. So we're going to be going to this cleansing ritual tomorrow, right? But I think the way they did this was really fantastic. I think the characterization of Finon is something that is really strong. I love that, again, he is a fallible hero who has like such a great spirit to him, but is also like, very nervous at the same time too. He's been wanting this whole time, but now obviously has to deal with the fact of like what this could mean going forward too. I love his interactions with My Day, which are so fantastic also. They have a perfect relationship of respect and competition. It's very beautiful. This is such a beautiful place as well, isn't it? And I love the conversation with Don Hong and Cell there as well, just because it was literally just like, hey, like, we still have a problem on our hands. Because while it's so easy to, like, forget your main goal sometimes because you're doing something so serious, you always have to remember we do have a main goal in mind, we always do. And that is probably going to end the video here, guys, and we're going to go talk about some of the stuff that happened in this episode as well. 110%. We did a lot today. A lot of battles, a lot of big things. Isn't that right, Sunday? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Answer me. I don't know what you... I know what you answer. Just, I didn't hear the question. Wow. Wow. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm just... Wow. I'm just... Let you on the Astro Express and here you are. Not ignoring me. Can you believe this, Black Swan? Still, I can't hear you from over here. Wow. Rude people. Rude Express, more like it. Rude Express. Okay, let's go over here to my favorite section, the pom-pom section. This song is so cool. I don't know how much left is in this act anyway, but like it's okay. Like even if it's a half an hour, that's gonna be like 2,000 hours Calvin time. Get rid of this as well. So like I feel like this was like a lot of like build up to like something that was it was like a plane. My time has come, guys. I'm going home, back to space. What I really loved about this was that this was a build-up. It was a build-up to like something that I didn't even expect, which was that Nias was a part of Nikador or represented Nikador and was always trying to get back to him in some way. The reason that I didn't expect this to happen is because I legitimately thought, as I said, that Nias was going to be just a character that like wasn't that much. I thought he was just there to be like a point in the story where like it represented something else. You know the way sometimes they'll bring a character in that's like super tough. This is Billy Bob, the Destroyer, and they'll have him be destroyed in front of you to showcase how much more powerful something else is. And I think that's honestly like something they do it in wrestling all the time, right? The Undertaker got beat by the Great Khali. Why? Because everyone could be like, whoa, this guy's tough. He beat the Undertaker in his first match? Jesus Christ. And that's what I thought they were going to do. Like, they just showcase like Nias being absolutely wrecked here or something and showcase how terrible and terrifying this trial is. But in reality, they like built him up to be this like really great character, and he got better and better as time went on. We saw Castrum basically use her powers to talk to the dead and to channel the spirits of the dead. And it was a really fantastic thing to see because she has a passion for life like you wouldn't even expect, and also she has a love for the living and a sadness for the dead. So you had this like respect that she had for these people, and it was painful for her having to do this, but she desperately wanted to not only help these people move on, but also find answers to what happened here in Kremnos. And what she was able to find out was that basically Europon and a lot of the other like higher ups in Kremnos decided to use this vessel that they created to separate Nikador into 4 separate. They wanted to do 5, but the 5th one was already gone. Reason was already separated by Nikador himself. They wanted to separate him into 4 different sections so that they could utilize him and he could be immortal and forever live on, so they could utilize him and not lose their fate, so they didn't have to worry about losing him at any point, right? And that might have been because he was corrupted. That might be because like he was already like down and out. But I think that genuinely is like why they did it. And I think it is like an unbelievably powerful thing to showcase the corruption of Nikador, because Nikador as a character represented something that is actually pretty beautiful in my opinion, which is a character that how do I say it, that represented tenets that like the people of Kremnos really wanted to get behind and could get behind. So when the opposite of this thing is happening, you wonder, how does someone get to this point, even with the corruption? How did they get to the points where they would want to attack Okema? How would they get to this point where they wanted to use the Black Tide, the very thing that they fought against? Well, the answer is this plan was set in place by Maide's dad. And Maide's dad wanted to basically send a Black Tide to Okema in order to weaken it so they could come in and swoop in and destroy this place. This plan was set in motion long, long ago. It's something that goes against the exact tenets, all the tenets of Nikador. And I think it's such a beautiful way of doing it, such a cool way of doing it. Nikador was corrupted and no longer could represent the tenets. But I keep saying Europon, while Nikador was still alive, went against every tenet that was in the Strife Titans' tenets. He didn't have courage. He fought underhandedly. He didn't have reason. He didn't have any of these beliefs that really represent my day, in my opinion. While I think, you can use it in different ways and you can like scoff at some of the stuff, like I scoffed at the bit of the courage thing where it's like, we fight you head on. It's like, yeah, but not fighting takes more courage sometimes. You know what I mean? It does. But I think my day definitely represents the stuff in Nikador very, very well. So I thought that like the contrast there between Europon and Nikador was so apparent and so smart as a way to showcase like how bad the people who were utilizing this power and trying to like put him into a vessel and utilize him really were. They were not representative of what Kremnos really truly was, in my opinion. We also had the moments with Castrum here, finding out all this stuff was really difficult for her. And I think that they had a painful experience for Castrum to show how dedicated she really is to this power that she has and how much she puts weight in it. This was beating her up inside. This was hurting her, but still she wanted to do it because she truly does believe that she has like a responsibility with this power. She doesn't want this power. She doesn't want to have this curse. She thinks it's like a curse itself, but she has so much responsibility in it. And you can tell that we were worried about her. You can tell that Nice was worried about her. But it's to me, it showcases so well how like she takes this so seriously. She takes it so seriously, but of course I would want her to be better, just right in the future and okay in the future. We went on and like, we found out, as you'd said, that Nias was actually a part of Nikador, and it's such a cool idea. Him being like, I hear a calling, and all this time being like, we have the same ideals. He also wanted Nikador to be defeated, not because he believed that like, he was evil himself, that his part was evil, but because it's the only fitting thing that could happen for a corrupted and abused and separated vessel soul like Nikador is to be defeated, or else the stuff that happened before would keep happening again. He looked at this as a way to free Nikador and to free himself. And this whole time he was feeling a calling back to this place, he said, and that's why his reason was being called back, because Nikador, when he faced the Black Tide, Nikador faced the Black Tide first. He wanted to fight back against the Black Tide, because again, he had a representation as a protector as well, but he could feel he was about to be corrupted, so he basically took apart the reason part of himself, thinking that would always come back to him, and technically it always tried to come back to him, and all the dead bodies that were laid in front of all the statues were the failed attempts of Nias trying to get back to Nikador. What a freaking sick idea for a story. And what a heartbreaking idea for a story as well. But in the end, it still is a very sick idea and cool idea for a story as well. He's a character that like I can respect so much. And it gives you more respect for Nikador pre-corruption as well, right? It definitely does, from my view. Because it is like a beautiful moment where you kind of like realize that, Nikador has been through a lot as well. Not that I'm trying to be like, oh, like poor Nikador, but you know what I mean? It is like a thing where like this Black Tide made fools of everyone. It really did. And then after this corrupted Nikador, people try to use it on Kremnos to fight against Okema, which is so freaking disgusting. It's so disgusting. I think even a word was said here, like when all the world's destroyed by the Black Tide, is there anything to conquer left? What's the point? Where's the heroicism? Where's the battle? Where's the competition if everything's gone? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But he revealed this to us and then merged back with Nikador, and that's when we had one of the most amazing cutscenes I've ever seen in my freaking life. Don Hung appearing out of nowhere and then us merging the present and the past so we can all be together in this fight. I also love during our journey till we could hear the fight going on. There was like remnants of it from the future as well, and we all joined up and had to defeat Nikador, and everyone was so passionate about this. And in the end, Nikador was destroyed, and the core flame was taken. And we saw this beautiful moment between Finon and My Day, where Finon thought of My Day right away. But My Day, I think, as we said, as Aglaia said, doesn't want this. He doesn't want this power that Nikador had, because again, it is a corruptible power. It is a power that people would want to utilize for themselves. It's a power that people would want to like have and use against other people. And he wants to lead his people as a human. As something that is not, and humans can be corrupted 100%, but he doesn't want to be corrupted in that same way. I think all this time he's put a big weight on the idea of being human. He even talked about defeating Nikador as a human because he wants to prove that like you don't need this power, you don't need this corruption, you don't need the black tides, you don't need any of this stuff. And now you see why My Day left this place is because he was ashamed of what was happening with Europon. He was ashamed with what, and of course he killed Europon. He was ashamed of what was happening with the people here as well. And it ended up in this kind of like situation where he no longer could recognize Kremnos, but he still had this feeling that Kremnos is still alive in his heart, right? But coming back here and finding out that basically this place was not, it no longer had the place that it no longer was the place that he thought it was. It's actually quite sad in a way. It really is. But I think he realized in the end, after all this time, in a way, I guess, that he has to put his best foot forward now and not care about what happened. Not to not care about it, but like not make the same mistakes, right? Lead the people of Kremnos in a much better way. The Crown Prince, genuinely. I love him and Finon's relationship. I think that they have such a great dynamic of respect and camaraderie, but also competition. They have a care for each other and understand each other so well. And you could see that in the conversation where, like, you know, Finon was trying to give him the core flame and even argued to Aglaia that he probably should get the core flame because he believes in My Day. But of course, Aglaia, as you said, it's not that simple. Finon is going to go through a core flame like acceptance now. We don't know what that's going to entail, but there is going to be some nervousness about that, of course. I'm really excited to see what that is. Not because I'm excited to see maybe him go through some pain, but I'm excited to see like what the story around it is. It seems like a very, very interesting thing to me. It is like a very like to me fascinating process because we're getting to see like all the culture and all the, you know, the buildings and the world and the people and the outfits, but we're also seeing like how they treat the gods and the idea of the gods. As Dan Hong said, they may not be as powerful as an Aeon, but they are still very powerful and they're very local in terms of these gods as well. Overall, I found this whole sequence to be absolutely incredible. It was awesome. It was intense. There were so many cool cutscenes and amazing moments. Seeing Aglaia and Tribute protect the world, like showing the power of a demigod. Seeing the fading away of a titan. All this was just an amazing way that they done this. I was just, by the end of it, just so impressed. By the end of it, I was so happy to be even being able to play something like this because I'm, again, mouth wide open, reveals, a cool dungeon, story moments, character moments, sad moments. And even in the end there we had Castrum like asking the Titan and sending the Titan off again, showcasing her, you know, value of life and taking death so seriously and wanting him to have like a peaceful death even after that, because she again, I think she would do this for like anyone mostly, because she values life and is saddened by death and would at least want someone to have a peaceful goodbye after this. It seems like the story, just to summarize it quickly in bullet points, is Nikador fought the Black Tide. He got corrupted by the Black Tide. He separated his reason from himself. His reason tried to find his way back to him. Europon and his council devised a plan to put Nikador into a vessel so that he would be immortal and separate him into 4 different parts, but they couldn't find the reason part. It was gone. And they wanted to use this to attack Okema. My Day left, but in the process, I think, came back and killed Europon afterwards. And basically the plan was left in limbo for Nikador to kind of like accomplish it in the end, and he nearly did try to accomplish it by defeating the World Baron Titan, but in the end Aglaia and Tribi and all the other Chrysosers and us was able to prevent it. That's my interpretation of the story. And of course, as we said, Nias is like a version of Nikador. Now before I go, we're not gonna obviously like leave too empty-handed here. But I wanted to see if we can see in the Vortex of Genesis if we could read 3 more of these. What? Well, you can now make offerings. Great. The reason why I want to do this, I want to read 3 more. because I said I would read 3 more, but I wanted to wait till like a moment where I could like, you know, because, you know, mid-dungeon going back is like obviously like, you know, it would have felt a bit weird, but I think doing it now is actually not a terrible idea. By the way, look at that internet. Let's see. You hear the gentle rolling of waves, their tumultuous surges like endless oceans.
I'm so
what? I thought this was going to be similar to something we saw before. Parched so parched? I'm hearing ghosts. How can water be thirsty? How can water be talking? My dear Celestia Ambrosia, pour some in. I'll give you a present. Oh, the offerings. Yeah, the offerings. Treasure, relics, beauties. Take your pick. We can make some libations. Oh, wow. We can make a lot of libations. That's a lot. How do I look at the... Oh, here it is. Yeah. So we saw... Oh, the Coin of Whimsy. The Coin of Whimsy. What did we saw? We saw... this one and this one, this one. So let's look at... these ones then, I guess, right? I guess that'd be good. Fagusa, Gyrios, and Aquila. So Gyrios. The voices are so cool. So, the core flame of Earth has been returned. Gyrios is the titan of Earth. The skies and the seas were also born of their dormant breath. Chrysos' Arab mythology believes that every mountain range was once a physical manifestation of Gyrios. Whoa. So every mountain is like him? They're the largest, gentlest, and most benevolent titan, that protects the mortal world. Legend states that when the black tide descended, their mountain peaks raised and caused the huge ravines to open up that were split into pieces and unable to ever reawaken. So that's when the black tide came, it cracked the mountains, I guess, themselves. Gyrios is also the god of agriculture and history. Jesus Christ, man, he has all the cool ones. They gifted their body to the Titans. They gifted their bodies to the Titans to become the cornerstone of the creation of life. When death and famine raged, they ignored the wrath of Circes and shared knowledge of agriculture with the people of the world. Wow. So when there was strife happening and famine, he was like, no, I'm going to help people out. This knowledge stuck with the Amphoreus for millennia. People often use the hourglass to commemorate the benevolent deity, not wishing for any kind of compensation. Gyrios has always been silent in the face of praise of mortals. This dude is like, he's like, it seems he's just a good god. He's like, oh man, they're suffering down there. And Circe is like, don't do it, please. And then he's like, nah, I got to do it. I got to help him out. The mountain dwellers are the Dromasses of Amphoreus, are all creations of Gyrios. The clumsy titan never quite grasped the finer points of creation and always made their creations far too big. However, at the same time, the creation also absorbed Gyrios' natural disposition to become tactic and kind. If there were anything that could send the titan to rage, it would be foolish actions such as demanding the earth or crops. So the mountain dwellers, the Dromasses, are creation, and the clumsy titan never recreated stuff in like a very efficient way. And all the creations absorbed his, so all these creations were just like kind creations. That's adorable. And the only thing that could send him into foolishness is rage. So what we learned about this is Titan's freaking based. He's gentle, he's kind, he's the mountains himself. The black tides destroyed the mountains. He gifted people power of agriculture. He's also a god of a titan of history. And people still honor him even though he doesn't want to be honored. And then all of his people that he created, his creations, absorbed his kindness. That's very cool. And then we have... Oh. Okay. The core flame of ocean. This is Vagusa. Already has been returned. Vagusa is the titan that controls oceans and storms, as well as the master of honey brew and banquets. They are capable of freely moving bodies of water across any part of Amphoreus as they please. According to mythology, they are a capricious and pleasure-obsessed god. Fair enough. That sees the oceans as their place of alcoholic revelry. Fair enough. Do what you want. None of my business. They have an eternal rivalry with the Earth Titan Gyrios. Why? Okay, this is one of those situations that if you're fighting with Gyrios, it might be a you thing. That said, Vagusa also bears the duty of washing clean the filth of the world. Really sick idea. Bats that have received the benediction of the Titan are able to not only clean the body of impurities, but can also cleanse the wounds of the soul. They have become irreplaceable joy in the lives of Amphoreus people. At the same time, Vagusa is also a god of banquets and drunkenness. They passed on the art of brewing to humanity and taught them the first songs and dances with ocean. That's really freaking cool. So they taught them how to make like alcohol and stuff. In the baths and banquets halls of Amphoreus, people often sing the Imbibia as a ritual dedicated to the Mother of Oceans. So again, like she did give like, even if it's like not as good as like agriculture, like giving people like joy and happiness, you know what I mean, is like a really beautiful thing, especially like the idea of like being able to like clean the body of impurities, you know, and stuff like this as well. And the baths, like, you know what I mean, it's a huge deal. In the baths and banquets hall of Amphoreus, people often, Vagusa enjoys roaming the mortal world. They appear in the waves of the ocean, the deluge of the rivers, and the goblets of banquets to bring song, dance, and laughter. It is said that the Vagusa will occasionally appear around the long-distance sailing ships and invite their Titankin to feast alongside the sailors. The only problem is, after every banquet, the intoxicated Titan will whip up huge waves and keep the sailors awake through the night. So they are like someone who just loves to party, it seems. Okay, so they are a Titan that enjoys their time on this earth. They love alcohol, they love banquets. They see the ocean as revelry, but they also are responsible for cleaning stuff and cleaning the wounds of the soul, creating these baths that are blessed by this god as well. They imparted brewing onto the people, and they actually enjoy being amongst these mortal worlds, and like kind of a representation. I guess song and dance is kind of like a representation of them as well. Really cool idea. And then we have Aquila, the Eye of Twilight. Aquila, the Titan of the sky, celestial bodies. The cycle of day and night was also the Titan that once had the largest realm. They reside above the heavens of Amphoreus, encompassing and watching over our entire world. In most legends, Aquila's pride does not obscure their kindness. Their gaze upon humanity, warming the earth and bringing down life-giving rain, however, they also can transform into the most fearsome calamity, harshly punishing any who dare to overcome the sky. So that's them just talking about that they can punish people who are trying to fly away as well. But it sounds like here they had like a kindness to them as well, you know? In the Tales of Amphoreus, Aquila is depicted as a colossal sky bird, so sick, with 100 eyes, terrifying. When their eyes open, light fills the world, and when their eyelids fall, darkness envelops the land. In the war against the Calamity Titans, many of Aquila's eyes were blinded. This is why many city-states in Amphoreus are now shrouded in eternal night. Aquila is, by the way, it's a really freaking cool idea that the idea that her eyes being blinded changed the lighting in the actual world as well. Like seeing how the Eye Titans can affect the world, at least how they believe they can affect the world at the very least. Because they say like, yeah, it's not just a belief, is it? It's Tails, but it could be, yeah, it's Tails, but then Tails can like warp over time. But it's a really cool idea. Aquila is also the god of creation and invented an invention credited with creating the mechanical beasts scattered across the land. Engineers and mathematicians frequently pay homage to the 100-eyed deity, hoping to receive inspiration and enlightenment from their blessings. So she's also responsible for creating like a lot of machines as well. So she's actually like a really terrifying thing, like this skybird with many eyes, and they close their eyes. The world is filled with darkness. Maybe that's what happened in the place we were originally. And when they open their eyes, it gives a light. So it sounds like she was also a warm deity at one point. But maybe the black tide has created like an endless like punishment for people trying to fly in the sky. So, in summary, Jorios, Titan of Earth, was the mountains, kind, gentle, passed on agriculture to people, and created kind people in his image. Vagusa loves partying, loves the earth, but also can cleanse wounds and give people alcohol and brewing and fun, and she still likes to have fun and all this stuff as well. And Aquila is the Eye of Twilight. Is the god of the sky, a celestial bird, was kind at one point, but also has no problem punishing anyone who dare overcome the sky. A colossal bird with 100 eyes. When they open their eyes, light fills the world. When they close their eyes, darkness fills the world. Yeah. The god of creation, invented and creating mechanical beasts. There we go, guys. So what I'm learning about this over and over again with the Titan stuff is that at one point they truly were beloved. They truly were like people, like favorites amongst the world, and people like adored them. And it's so sad to see that, like, you know, this image of them that like was in the past, like say like all these like really beautiful, now in some cases it seems like some of them just faded away, like Jorios, right? But like it still is this thing where it's like at one point these Titans lived harmoniously with people, and I wonder if it is just the black tide that did do this to people as well. It could be. Let's do a little close up here. on Lotcha for ourselves. At one point, it was the Black Tides that definitely did something like this as well.
Will you be joining us? Then it's settled.
But we're learning they have like such a varied history and past, and such a glorious way of like telling the story as well, that it actually like, to me, comes across like really, really well. It comes across really well, and I love the way that they've like depicted the Titans versus the Aeons. How like, you know, they've showcased the great respect for the Titans, but now it's turned into something that is like a kind of a sadness, like where it's like we have to defeat them. Whereas, like, you can tell, like, with the descriptions here, people did respect them. Like, Jurios there sounds like an amazing being. And Vagusa as well, even though, like, she's, like, obviously not as virtuous in terms of, like, her ideals. I'm not saying, by the way, drinking and partying is bad. I'm saying that, like, in terms of, like, she's not, like, no one's as nice as Jurios. Not even, like, any Titan we've seen so far. She still gave people a lot, and this, you know, you can see that with Aquila as well, the idea of giving light to the world. All of these Titans have given something to the world that the people believe is like a truly magnificent thing. So I really feel like they've done a really good job of showcasing what these Titans' powers are, who they are, and what they represent, because it actually makes them way more interesting to read about. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for supporting this series. And if you want to become a credited patron, it's the 15 euro tier, or I think it's $17 tier. If you want to also be credited through text, which is also really cool as well, and I appreciate all the people that are on the screen right now as well, you can do that for the $12, I think it is, and 10 euro. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and thank you guys for supporting this. Thank you to Tyfer2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost from Yuzuma, Delicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Liam, High Kasperian, Jared Beanham, Neo Sharite, and the highest streamer on YouTube, Rogama7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. Bye bye, guys.